Have your attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah. In your house with O'Con. Hey, O'Con in your house. Hollywood in your house. Hypocrisy's head in the clouds. Curating all kind of loud. Wrestling in front of the crowds. Paragon's holding it down. Anybody can get it. Josh Joseph standing on his decisions. He is the voice. There is no choice. We is them boys in your house making wrestling noise. Moving fast just like cruiserweight action. And your house is the perfect distraction. Pumpers in your ears when you in traction. Get this work with some wrestling action. Smoke. What is up, guys? What is cracking? It's the Con-Man, and I am in your house. And you guys already know the vibes. Anytime we slide on through, I'm here to give you that work when it comes to this professional wrestling business. And guys, we are in here on a Sunday. It's Sunday Fun Day, and we're here to hit y'all with another house party and a lot to talk about. And man, I don't know if you guys are hearing the word on the street or anything, but hey, in your house is hot again, baby. We are back in the building. The downloads are coming in. And have you guys got a chance to hear any of the interview series? It has been great. We've been clicking on all cylinders with episodes Monday. Window Lickers doing a great job covering all things Monday Night Raw and beyond. Then on Wednesday, we debuted the Bouquet of Legacy Women's Wrestling Podcast. It was a great episode where we got a chance to talk about AJ Lee. We got a chance to watch Bayley versus Sasha Banks from NXT 2015 TakeOver Brooklyn. That was a great watch along. Thursdays, the ECW watch along series and all the things that we have covered, whether it be little Spike Dudley and his place in the Hall of Fame, or whether it be Taz being honored, whether it be Sandman that we're talking about. And man, we just had a great episode this past week, and I got to bring my man in here because he talks all things ECW with me and covers all things on Monday. He's the producer of the show, the voice, Josh Joseph. What is up, man?
How goes it, household? Any grunts friends out there? Hey, are you a Chaos Goblin? We invite you in. It's a house party. It's a Sunday house party brought to you by IYH. We have a great guest. We have some great topics to talk about. And yes, ECW Watch Along has been grabbing the community by the short hairs and just saying, hey, this is the 90s. Shh, we ain't got to tell. So, yeah, it's been fun. We love the downloads. We love the interaction. It's been fun. We appreciate you guys so much in the household for being a part of the ECW Watch Along. Just wait. There's some things in the future that you're going to, lose your shit to.
Yeah, man. We got some things planned, bro. We've got some things planned here in your house, and I absolutely love it. I hope we didn't scare some fans away talking about New Jack. That's a scary motherfucker right there.
That was a fun time.
But it was a great episode.
Dude, and if you missed it, guys, go back. If you love the OJ promo that New Jack did, we cover it. We let it ride. It was great.
Man.
Grun, what were you saying?
I was saying, I don't think we need to worry. I think the devil's got him under the deepest lock and key he can.
Sitting right next up in the pearly gates, my friend. He's actually letting people in.
Oh my God!
That's the first person you meet when you get there, New Jack.
Oh, that's.
Could you imagine?
Oh, that would be fantastic.
That would be terrifying.
You walk up to the pearly gates, and New Jack's music is playing, and he's just standing there.
And here's the thing: it plays throughout the whole time.
Yeah. Yes. It never stops.
Oh man, that's just a perfect way to bring in our awesome guest here, my brother, my homie. We have the highest of highs with the Indiana Pacers and the lowest of lows. We felt that pain, man. I get a chance to kick it with him anytime I see him at Emerge Wrestling. And this dude is just an amazing person, one of my favorite people on this planet. That is professional wrestling referee and booker of New Wave Pro out of Terre Haute, Indiana. Aaron Grider, what is up, man?
Hello, 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 hello. Thank you for having me. It's been a minute since I've been
Yes.
on a podcast. I think I was last on for WrestleMania.
Yes, yeah, you were, yeah.
It's been about 5 months, and but it's great to be back. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to talk about all things wrestling and all things New Wave Pro.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. And of course, later on in the show, we're going to talk about all things SmackDown, and Grun's going to cover all that. He does a great job when it comes to SmackDown. And I do got to say this: I know, Grun, before we get into the whole conversation with Aaron, and we talk about New Wave and really get going, because that's what we're going to do in the first segment here of the show. Grun, you can't. I mean, you wouldn't hang out with New Jack, bro? I mean, come on, it's New Jack, man.
Look,
Come on.
Look, if we're in a bar, maybe, but
Okay, all right.
here's the thing: if I think we're in the street, I imagine he's gonna be looking for a fight, and
Of course, it's New Jack.
yes,
In a bar, he's looking for a fight, and that's where you want to hang out with him.
Anywhere you go with New Jack, he's looking for a fight.
yeah, but at least I can sit in the corner, drink my beer, and watch him beat up the entire bar room.
Yeah.
Okay,
And then he
all
looks at you, Grun. And then what do?
Enjoy my last beer and get ready to meet
Yeah.
God.
Oh, man.
It's all the right to where it numbs you for the beating you're about to take.
Hey, that's the smartest thing, because I would do the same thing. I'm like, dang, let me try to numb
would
my
too.
body, because this dude's about to beat the brakes off of me. All right. That's just how New Jack got down. Hey, check out that episode that we did. It was a fun episode. I laughed a lot in that episode, and it's now available on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Shout out to Daniel Garcia out there from Puerto Rico. We appreciate you coming in with all the comments.
He is on one of his rolls.
Because man, he's on a roll, ain't he?
Yeah.
I love him. But Aaron, listen, bro. All right. The first thing I have to ask before we get out of the gate, because I got a lot of questions for you.
Okay.
And this one is not New Wave related yet.
Okay.
It's not even wrestling related. I got to ask you this on a personal level. Have you recovered from Game 7 of the finals yet? Have you fully recovered? Because I haven't, bro. I have not.
Well, I thought I had, and then you brought it up. And then I feel like as a sports fan, my misery just continues to grow. Because, we had the Pacers.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark is out for the season. Fever start the
Yep.
playoffs today.
Yeah.
Notre Dame lost last night.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
0-2.
no.
Ridiculous way humanly possible, which I call as soon as we missed the extra point, I texted everybody I knew. I was like, we losing this game by a point. Because there is nothing that haunts you worse than a missed extra point.
No. It's like a missed free throw.
Yeah,
LeBron
missed
knows about
free throw in
those.
basketball. Exactly. Like same
Yeah.
thing. Like it's same concept. So yeah, this has not been a great year. And the Cubs haven't even had a chance to break my heart yet because the playoffs haven't started yet. So they'll break my heart next month.
Yeah, Red
And then
October, man.
We won't even talk about the dumpster fire that is the Dallas Cowboys. We won't even.
Jeez.
Man. Oh, you're a glutton for punishment, bro.
Yeah, no shit. Do you like life? What's going on?
Not, really not. That's why I don't watch sports.
Oh man. It's pain, bro. I just had to ask that just because we're about to be jumping into the Pacers season, and it's coming again, man.
Thanks for bringing it up, buddy. You're a real friend. Thanks for bringing it up.
I
appreciate it.
Oh, it was pain, bro.
It is painful.
I was sitting right next to this man, bro.
Oh,
like we experienced it together, bro.
I I thought I was gonna. Actually, I might have cried. Like it was legit. Like the air went out of the balloon. Like it was
Yeah,
just.
bro.
You and I both
Oh,
looked at each other and we're like, "This can't be real life."
I
Like,
know. Oh,
like
oh
we
my.
both were like, "Why us?
Yeah,
Like, why does it
exactly.
always have to be
Like,
us
why are you ripping my heart out, bro? Like, what is
every time?"
Yeah.
Something
Oh, it's
happens.
so painful. Oh, it's so painful. But
But
listen, man.
they
Oh,
just
go
ripped
ahead,
off
bro.
they just ripped off the band-aid that they thought they put on our wounds. And I know we're going to get into it, but Daniel Garcia brought it up early in the chat. They're like, "Oh, don't worry, guys. We're going to give you a WrestleMania."
Oh,
So, as an Indiana, as
take it,
another
take
Hoosier,
it.
it's
Ah,
horrible living here and rooting for teams that just never pull the trigger and get that
just
win.
take it out of my chest.
Yeah, you're killing us, man. What did we do to anybody?
Right? We just live here. Like we just
Yeah.
want to support our teams, man.
Oh man, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But listen. We'll jump into it because another crazy thing is, bro, that you are now the head booker
Yeah.
of New Wave Pro out of Terre Haute, Indiana, and this is a storied promotion, bro. I mean, they have done a lot over the years. I did commentary, some shows for them back in 2019 before the pandemic, and it was always a solid run show. And like they had like even like the smoke machines and like the lights and everything. Like the production was productioning, bro. And what they did was really great. It was on IWTV, I remember at the time, and they just did a great job. So, Aaron, I know I've known you for a long time, and I know your mind in wrestling. I know how your brain works and everything. Like now you have the opportunity to bring some things to life as the head booker of New Wave Pro. Once again, a promotion that does have solid history
Yeah.
for over 6 years. Uh, how did this come to be, bro? How did this happen?
This is crazy. It is a crazy story. So I started with New Wave back in 2020. So I was reffing for them back in 2020. So I reffed for them from 2020 till 2022.
Yeah.
And then, things just weren't working out. So the company decided to take a break, right?
Yeah.
So decided to take a break. And now some of the people that had their hand in it before decided, you know what, let's see if we can dust this thing off a little bit.
Yeah.
And so 3 years later, they started running shows back in their first show back was, I believe, in June.
Mm-hmm.
They ran a couple of shows. They ran a show at the Armory in Terre Haute, and then they ran another show in West Terre Haute, which is where our old building was. That's where we used to run. And I have
Were they in the Vigo Community Center?
West Vigo Community Center in West Terre Haute. Yes.
Okay. All right. That's what I thought.
Love that venue. And
Yeah, it was great.
we did a lot of great production in that venue. We had a lot of good things cooking, and
Yeah.
we had more good things cooking before the hiatus. But life happens, things happen.
Yeah.
So everybody kind of was able to take a breath, take a breather. And funny story. I originally was not involved in this return.
Yeah.
I was not involved in the first couple of shows. And then all of a sudden, literally out of nowhere, Michael Guest reaches out to me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I know Michael.
yeah, and he's like, "Hey, are you still reffing?" And I was like, "Yeah, sometimes I'm even good at it." Was my response. And so we start talking, and it eventually gets to the point where he's like, "Hey, I want you to meet with Chris Abel and Michael Bex, who are now the owners of New Wave Pro."
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "I think they want to bring you on as the head of production." That was the initial conversation we had, was I was going to be the head of production.
Right.
Now, we then schedule a meeting at a Waffle House, because all good business in wrestling gets done at a Waffle House. That's where
Of
business.
course.
That's where business gets done. So we meet at the Waffle House, and we have probably a 2-hour meeting.
Yeah.
And they basically, like, literally and figuratively, hand me a notebook, and they're like, "Here, this is yours. You can book whoever you want. Here's what we're looking at money wise. What are your ideas?"
Damn,
And
they really gave you a blank check. What the hell are they doing?
right, like they pretty much are like, "Hey, this is what we want to spend. This is what we want to do." But
Yeah.
other than that, they had like one story that they are working on that they've got their hands in.
Sure.
And of course, I throw things to them, tell them this is what I'm thinking. But pretty much, it's like, "Hey, this is my idea. Okay, cool. We'll figure out how to pay for it later." But yeah, so we've got the first show that I've had my hands in, fully booking, is September 27th in
Yes.
West Terre Haute. It is
Yes.
Talk of the Town.
Yep.
House will be on commentary.
Yes, I will. Happy
House
to do
will
it.
be in the house.
Yes. Representing in your house, baby.
Yeah. And then a familiar commentator to New Wave fans, Robert Black, will be
Yes.
joining House on commentary.
That's,
Love Robert.
That's gonna be cool. That's gonna be so cool.
He is amazing. He is
he's
fantastic.
good.
I think y'all will be a wonderful dynamic.
I'm gonna make them work. I'm gonna make them work.
I know you are. I know you are. And I'm just so excited, and it's so cool because as wrestling fans, all of us have that dream of booking our own show. And
Yeah.
like we all have that dream as kids of being like, "Man, if I could book my own wrestling show, like this is what I would do." And now here I am, 42 years old, been in wrestling as a ref for 6 years.
Yeah.
Almost 7 in January. It'll be 7 in January.
What?
And I basically have been given the keys to the kingdom, so to speak.
What?
And it is fantastic. I am so happy. Shout out to the New Wave Pro social media account.
Yes.
Yes,
I see him out there.
And, just from, like, even the way, and this isn't a knock on the things that they were doing before I got on board, but even the way, like, the posters look for these upcoming shows, we just the look and feel of what we are going to be doing. The production is going to be what you've encountered before. We've got a bunch of lighting. We've got all these things coming in. And I've got visions, and I've got things that I want to do, and things that are near and dear to my heart. One that I laid out for you in detail when we talked.
Oh my God! Oh my God! What you told me? Oh my God!
And we're going to talk a little bit about that.
Okay, all right.
I can't give away the whole thing.
Sure.
But we're going to talk a little bit about that particular vision, because that particular vision, number one, is close to my heart.
Yeah.
Obviously, it is close to your heart.
Oh yeah.
And then I think we're going to set the world on fire.
You were fired.
I think we're going to set the world on fire. So I'm so excited, man, and there's so much to talk about. Like, it is just crazy.
Yeah, man. I'm excited for everything that I know. Like I said, we can't give away too much. We got to, I'm just saying follow what they're doing, because, man, it's going to be very, very cool. And only thing I can confidently say is that what I've been told is something that nobody else on the indies is doing. And I said it's something that nobody else in the indies is doing.
What?
I said it's something nobody else in the indies is doing.
I love it, man. I love it.
Oh man, but seriously, it is like, this is very cool. happy to be a part of it and what it's going to be, man. And I'm just excited. So we talked about how you became, the booker. You started out as you're just going to be head of production, which I know you have tons of experience from doing that with OVW and your time from there. But like, let me ask you this. Let's get into some of the things that you want to do. And I, of course, want to give the ground to Voice to ask some questions, because I always give it to Voice when it comes to that type of stuff. If Grun has any questions as well. But like, let's talk about some of your goals and your visions for New Wave. We don't have to go into too much detail, but like, what are you hoping to get across and hoping to put out there to the independent wrestling community and beyond of what the message is of what you're doing with New Wave Pro?
So there were two things that I wanted to accomplish with New Wave. And number one, there are a lot of names that were involved in New Wave before that may or may not be involved in New Wave in the future.
Yeah.
May or may not. I can't confirm nor deny. We'll just leave it at that. New Wave Pro, we will be on IWTV. So
Yes.
we will be our next taping is an IWTV taping, and then it will be available on IWTV shortly after that.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
Nightwing, one of our fans from over in England.
Okay.
Yep, he's great.
Yep. So IWTV is where it will be available. You can watch our old episode. Our old shows are already on there.
Yeah.
From 3 years ago, which were fantastic shows.
Yes, great shows. I mean, you can still hear, if you wish to hear some of my commentary. I'm there on IWTV from years ago, but I'm excited to be coming back and getting on the table and doing what I love to do. And that's get the best seat in the house to watch and talk about some wrestling in a commentary environment. So that's going to be very cool, especially with somebody like Robert Black. But please continue, because I do want to hear. I want the household as well to hear some more of your plans and visions for New Wave.
Yeah, so that's number one, and I want to bring mix some old with the new. So there's, and I'm bringing in people that I obviously have worked with on the indies or seen on the indies that maybe don't get in this area all the time.
Sure.
I'm all trying to give people matches that maybe they haven't seen, but I want to tell stories, and I am a storyteller guy. I will tell you, we have shows for September, October, November, and January.
Yeah.
The only show that I do not have completely booked is January.
Oh, you're in a good spot then.
September, October, November minus one person. I'll take that back. Minus one person is completely booked.
Yeah.
So other than that, we are almost fully booked, and I've got all of my main kind of guidelines set. And then number two, this was a passion project of mine. You and I have talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
When you guys announced the Bouquet of Legacy podcast,
Yeah.
I was like, that timing could not have been better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because one of my big goals is not just to do a women's division, but to book a great women's division with top tier talent and book it in a way to where it's not just thrown together.
Yeah.
Where you're not just getting a women's title match on the show.
Yeah.
You're getting characters and stories built around the women's division.
Yep.
And we've already announced some of the talent that are going to be involved. We haven't announced all of them yet. But we have announced Freya the Slayer is going to be involved. We have announced Marty Bell. We have announced for September, we have Lovely Miss Larkin and Rachel Armstrong.
Ooh. Those two would be good together.
Yeah. So they are working. They are facing off in September. And I will go ahead and make one of my talent announcements.
Okay. All right. We got some announcements here.
We
All right. We get some news over here on IYH.
Yep. Exclusive news. I will go ahead and announce that November 23rd at New Wave Pro with November Rain, Lainey Luck will be making her New Wave Pro debut.
Ooh, okay.
So Lainey Luck will be joining us November 23rd in West Terre Haute. And for those who don't know Lainey Luck, you will. And then number 2 is, do you not watch independent wrestling?
Right.
but that's another question. She is one of the best workers on the indies, and no, I did not say female. I said workers. Period. She is one of the best on the indies, without a doubt, 100%.
I love that, Aaron. I love the way you implemented that, because that's perfect. That's where we need to be mentally. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg. It is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, the stuff that he has planned is very, very cool. It's very, very awesome stuff. And like I said, I still got some questions, but I got to give it to my man Voice here. Like I said, for my money, Voice be killing it on the interviews. We've had some great interviews where he has been the vocal point as far as asking talent and whatnot questions. So, Voice, do you got anything for our guy Aaron here as far as his new role with New Wave Pro?
Yeah, I mean, New Wave Pro, amazing stuff. Aaron Greiner, amazing stuff. Combine them together, you're going to get great stuff. This is where I'm at with you, Aaron. I love when you're a guest on here because we get to have fun. Yeah. I mean, we were doing the Steve Austin sound clip. You didn't even flinch. You just kept going with it because you understand what we're doing here, much like I understand what you guys are doing there. Yeah. Except one thing. Jeremy Hadley. let me ask you about this fella, because do I respect what he can do in a ring? Most definitely. Between those ropes, Jeremy is fantastic. But his promos, this guy, he gets under my skin, but in a good way, because I love him as his heelish ways. What can we expect as anti-Jeremy Hadley fans? What his role may be in the future, if you can give us anything on Jeremy Hadley.
Well, I can tell you, number one, he is at our September show.
Yes.
He just released a promo. I believe it came out yesterday. We released that promo on our social media.
Yes, 18 hours ago.
Yes.
I get them all.
I can guarantee you one thing. Jeremy Hadley will get to be Jeremy Hadley in New Wave Pro.
Oh, good. That's what we like.
I love me some Jeremy Hadley because I don't, as a booker, I don't care if you're booing or you're cheering. As long as you are engaged and you bought a ticket to get in that building, that's all I care about.
Yes.
And people will pay to see Jeremy Hadley get punched in the face.
It's a consistent formula.
Yeah, I mean it never fails. Death, taxes, Jeremy Hadley getting punched in the face.
Yep.
Like that is just what it is.
I love it. In all seriousness, what you're doing there now, I'm seeing the September show, this lineup, and what the people that you put in the positions to make the show what it is. I'm seeing their dedication and their push. So it's obviously everybody around you that gave you this hat to wear believes in you. And we believe in you here at IYH. I mean, House talks about you. Yes, it's been 5 months since you've been on, but we've been doing what we talked about. We're trying to grow. We're trying to get to those next levels. And I believe that this is where we need to be in the moment, because House is linking back up in a promotion that he loves and genuinely cares about. And when you have people that you surround yourself with to do this and they have those feelings, it's going to be a great indie show, because then the fans feel that. I've been in those crowds. I've felt that. I've sat at a commentary desk and just watched the love grow from the fans who started filing in, 10, 20 minutes before the show. The guys and women that you have lined up for this show, I think I think this is something everybody needs to be watching. And this move that New Wave Pro made by putting you as that head booker, Aaron, I'm stoked for you, brother. Dude, I am so stoked for you because, like you said, this is a childhood dream. This is where we're at. I mean, I still fantasy book. You know, I see a WWE card and I'm like, meh, I could do better than that. You know, who doesn't? And then you put on WWE 2K25 and you book it and you do it and you have fun. So the fact that you get to live that out, man, brother, you got another smiling face over here supporting you all the way up to until we see New Jack, man.
Right. And the one thing that I'm most excited about for September specifically, there was one match that as soon as I got the book, I was like, I don't care what I have to do. There is one match I have to book.
Yeah.
And that match is Star Rider and Aaron Williams. That is the
That's
match
gonna be
that I was like,
fire.
I have to make this happen. It has never happened
That's
before.
going to be fire.
It is a first time meeting. I know they have a ton of respect for each other. They both, you know, have made waves their own way in the business, but they've never gone one-on-one. I can't wait. I was so excited to be able to put that together.
Let me ask you this, Aaron. So with that match specifically, is this your first fandom booking of a match? Like something that you sat back and seen and now you're trying, this is going to have your thumbprint on it.
Yeah.
So is this your, like, kind of seeing what you can kind of create and seeing if the fans bite onto it?
Yeah, I want to see, you know, because I know the kind of things as a wrestling fan that I look for.
Yeah.
I know the kind of things that we're working in West Terre Haute specifically.
Okay.
Because that community is a tight-knit community. They love their wrestling, but they want development. They want stories.
Oh, yeah.
They want characters. And, you know, you can do the cool moves and things like that, but they want to know why. They want the why.
Yeah.
They want somebody to boo. They want somebody to cheer. So they want a clear good guy, bad guy. And I'm trying to give them that. And, you know, obviously, yes, a lot of these things will have my thumbprint on them. And if I've told, you know, people that I've talked to, you know, I'm not married to one idea.
Yeah.
So if we throw something out there and it doesn't work, then it doesn't work and we'll pivot and we'll do what we need to do.
Yep.
But I feel really strongly that most of what we do, we're going to have a lot more hits than we're going to have misses.
Beautiful, man.
I think I have so many high hopes for this women's division. I think we're going to blow everything else out of the water. I really do.
Yeah.
I mean, the old phrase, you know, strap a rocket to them. I'm strapping a rocket to this women's division, and not a lot of companies will do that. Not a lot of companies will put the oomph behind it, and that's really one of our big selling points. Is going to be this women's division. That's what's going to make New Wave different. That's what's going to bring in families and little girls who want to be these wrestlers, and bring in their moms and their dads to come to a wrestling show. And that's what we want. You know, I'm happy to have all the wrestling fans that we can get. If you're a wrestling fan, please come to New Wave Pro. If you've never seen wrestling before, bring your family. Come to New Wave Pro. You know, we're going to be family oriented. We're family friendly, mostly, unless you're Jeremy Hadley.
He gets a pass.
But again, like all of these, they're all pieces of a puzzle.
Yeah.
And it's trying to fit all the pieces together. And we have so many things coming up, like so much stuff ready for October and November. And all of this is leading to January. So January 3rd is anniversary.
Yeah.
And I know everybody says, oh, this show is can't miss. This show is can't miss. I am telling you right now, if you have ever been a fan of New Wave Pro, or you have any interest in New Wave Pro whatsoever, or you like women's wrestling even a little bit, January 3rd needs to be circled, asterisked, starred, highlighted, whatever you need to do on your calendar. I guarantee you. If
I
there
love
is
that.
one show that I were ever to guarantee would not disappoint, that's the one.
I love
Yeah.
that.
100%.
I love that. The confidence you spew forth from this promotion, even before you had this hat, man. I'm really excited to see where you go. My final question, House, and then I'm done bugging Aaron. Okay, so we discussed this is going to be your thumbprint for a fan experiment from your eyes, but you know it's going to be good because the people involved. I mean, come on.
Right.
But outside of that, let's get past January.
Yes.
Is there anything that you, as a fan, would ever book past January? And this can just be playful. This doesn't have to be cemented, but do you have any ideas of any like future huge matches that you would love to put together under New Wave Pro?
I have a list.
Oh my God, we got Jericho in the room.
Okay.
I have, because I will tell you, there is a list of at least 10 to 15 people that I haven't booked yet.
Yeah.
That I will be contacting and reaching out to after January. And because I had a very narrow focus of what I wanted to accomplish from September to January.
Okay.
Because my focus was I need things that I am 90% sure are going to draw, are going to get buzz, are going to do well. So I really need to hit the ground running.
Yep.
Put some gas on the fire, really get to cooking, and then after January, we might be able to experiment a little bit more.
That's what I kind of figured.
Yeah. And because, if you build it, they will come.
Very true.
Once you get that cachet and that built-in equity with the fans, because before we went on our hiatus, we were averaging probably about 300 a show.
That's amazing.
Oh,
so
yeah, that's good numbers.
That is amazing.
If I can get back to that by January, I'm fantastic. I will tell you, at the last show they did in West Terre Haute, with very few of the people that I've got booked for this show, they drew, I believe, about 175.
Wow.
So that's pretty good.
We're not far off. We're not far off, but
you're over the halfway.
Yeah, you throw in the gas that I'm throwing in with a lot of people from like the Ohio area.
Yeah.
That are fantastic workers. Then mix that with some of the local people.
Yep.
Some of the people they were already using, like Jacob Braun.
Yeah.
And, Anthony Toatelli and people like that.
Yeah.
Mix that all together in one big melting pot. And let's see what the hell happens.
Yep.
I mean,
I fucking love it.
And most of the women that I'm using have never wrestled for New Wave before. Not all of them. I think there's a couple that have, but most, like Larkin and Rachel, are both debuts.
Yeah, yeah.
I believe Freya is a debut. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think she is. Yeah.
Yeah. Lady Luck is a debut.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, and I believe the other three I've got initially, or the other several that I've got, I think all of them are new. Like there's not too many that are
repeat return talents and whatnot. Yeah.
Also, another little bit of news for you.
Let's do it.
September 27th in West Terre Haute, I will be making a very important announcement regarding the future of the women's division at New Wave Pro.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay.
So you may want to pay attention to that, FYI, if you have interest in what we have started doing with our women's division. You may want to go ahead and pay attention to that on September 22nd.
Ooh, that's gonna be good. That is gonna be
Yes.
good, man. Very
I
exciting
love
for
it.
sure. I love
Yes.
it too. I love it too. And let me just say this, like, here's the thing, bro. Like, and you were saying about like the passion that I have for New Wave Pro and everything, and of course Aaron being able to accomplish this goal, this dream of booking for them. I mean, it was just a layup for me personally because here's the thing, like New Wave Pro came at a time when things were so different for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had just started the podcast. The podcast was super new, and I'm not gonna name any places or anything, but I was kind of like getting my feet wet and not so reputable, great promotions. You know what I'm saying? And in one time they did do one thing though that it was great, and it was bringing in Sam Knight. And this was it was at a promotion that was once again not great. I was doing what I could there to kind of help enhance things, but you can, some of these promoters you can only tell them so much, and then you can't tell them nothing. They know more than everybody, and their formula works, and blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell them nothing. But
Yep.
me and Sam linked up, and one of the best things Sam ever did for me was find me an opportunity to do commentary at New Wave Pro back in 2019, because it was a completely different atmosphere than the shows I was working at the time, and it elevated me and put me in a better situation where I can see what wrestling was on the indie level when it's done right, when the production value was there, when everybody's moving in the same direction, when everybody is dedicated to trying to make the show the best possible. That was my first real exposure to that, was New Wave Pro. And for that reason, I always had love, because New Wave Pro, I was there a lot. I cut my teeth there in a lot of different ways. So it's going to be very cool to see it, to breathe again and be a part of it as well.
Yeah.
I love that.
I'm excited, man, and we're happy to have you. You know whatever months we get you, we're going to be happy to have you there. And scheduling always plays havoc with us all.
Yeah.
But your presence will always be welcome at New Wave, my friend. And I, just like you have a special place for it, I have a special place for it. They really gave me my start as far as they started listening to my ideas.
Yeah. Yep.
And I was, a listen, and they would let me do a little bit of pitching of ideas and things. And then when they came back to actually give me full control, is just, this is crazy. And I am so excited. And we have it's so hard as a fan to keep some of this stuff
To
close
yourself.
to the
Yeah.
vest, because like you just want the world to see it. Like when
Yeah.
you, and like with you building the podcast, when you're building something and you feel like you've got something and you feel like you've got it and you're like, this is going to be good, you just want the world to see it. And you want everybody to see it, and you want everybody to talk about it. And you want everybody to vibe with it, and you want everybody to feel it.
Yep.
And that's what I want to do. I want to give you, when you come to a New Wave Pro show, I want to give you feeling. I want to give you emotion. You can go get the moves anywhere. Like, you can get moves anywhere. Like Al Snow always told me, you can teach a monkey to do moves.
Yeah.
I want emotion. I want emotion. I want you to either be really happy about what happened, or I want you to be really pissed about what happened, but I want you to be pissed in a way that you're going to come back next month to see if that dirty, rotten son of a gun gets what's coming to him.
Facts.
I love it, Aaron. I had a boss who once told me at Dairy Queen that he could teach a monkey to dip dilly bars because I was being a fool dipping the dilly bars. So I like
Thank
that.
you, Nightwing. I very much appreciate that.
Yes. Right on, Nightwing. You're the man. You are the man. It looks like we do have an upcoming question in the chat, but before we get to that, but we got to see what the question is.
Questions in the chat. You don't have to say you have a question, bro.
Yeah, just put it in there. But like, I want to say this because we are going to talk a little bit of SmackDown. We are going to talk some Wrestlepalooza and thoughts on that, whatever side of the fence that you're on. But I do want to give one opportunity here, Grunmeister. I'm putting you on the spot, man. All right, we need
Here
you.
we go.
We're putting you on there, man. This is the development of the Grunmeister here, man. Do you have any questions for my man Aaron?
So I guess are there plans to go beyond Indiana, beyond the Midwest for your shows, or stick to that region for your shows?
I think our plan is going to be to stick to West Terre Haute and stick to what we know. Now, obviously, if opportunities become available and we get an opportunity to do something bigger and something else, we're absolutely going to do that. But I don't want to outkick our coverage, so to speak. And
Sure.
I don't want to, try to punt too far too fast. And you got to take it in steps because there are a lot of people who don't know New Wave Pro. They didn't watch it 3 years ago. And I'm treating it the way I am treating it right now is I am treating this show like the first show that New Wave Pro has ever done.
Yeah.
And we are building off of this show, and that will build into October. That will build into November. That will build into January, and we will just keep building each month. So at this point, I'm treating it like nobody has ever seen New Wave Pro before. And if you have, are there going to be Easter eggs? Are there going to be people you've seen that you recognize from 3 years ago? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you who or when they're going to show up, but
No.
keep your eyes peeled.
All right. Well, we'll put a hold on me and Grun running out the 2300 arena.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
kind of had it on book, but we understand where you're at. And when we get there, let us know. We're going to book it.
Okay. All right.
Oh man. I love it. I'll be honest, man. I was sitting over there playing NBA 2K, bro. I was playing NBA 2K and I was hanging out with my family. I didn't get a chance to watch the boxing match that happened last night. I saw Terrence Crawford, I believe, won by decision.
Yeah.
And that's how it went down. But I know it was Netflix, but no, I didn't watch it live, brother. But we got to keep rolling here because what a lot of us did watch was SmackDown. And what we do look forward to is what's going to be happening this coming Saturday. A lot of different thoughts as far as Wrestlepalooza. We have people that are super excited about it because it's going to be an amazing big event with big other demographic of people that are like, here we go with this ESPN crap. This is going to be crappy. I can't out. Hey, is there some truth to that? WrestleMania is going to be in Saudi Arabia in 2027. We're going to talk about that and so much more on the other side of this break. But we do got to take that break. We're going to come back after we take that break, pay some bills, and we're going to talk all things SmackDown and Wrestlepalooza.
Hello, everyone. It's the Pope Elijah Burke, founder and president of the Love Alive charity. I wanted to take this brief moment to share with you my charity's continued humanitarian efforts to positively impact the impoverished communities in and around the greater Jacksonville area. This cannot be possible without your support. If you'd be so kind, please take a moment to visit our website, love-alive.org, to learn more about the charity and its mission. Also, feel free to donate to our 501c3 organization that operates off of the donation of the public, which is you. Whether that be by website or via Cash App, $1 help makes a difference in the lives of others as we continue to positively influence many people by being the change that we wish to see in the world.
Welcome to the Brainbuster T-shirt website where your favorite podcast team in your house lives. Look at all these fantastic options you have.
If you want that sweet hype, we got it. You want to be divinely designed at yours. Have you lost your voice? We have all that voice merch for you. Are you just a part of the household? We got that too. Brainbuster Tees is where YH live. Brainbuster Tees is where YH live.
Hey guys, welcome back to In Your House. And man, we are sitting and kicking it with my man, pro wrestling referee and booker of New Wave Pro, Aaron Grider. And he's hanging out with us for a great episode here as we are talking all things professional wrestling as we do 5 times a week for you guys in the household. Ladies and gentlemen, we put in that work. And, part of putting in that work for me, because every single time before we do the Sunday house party, I make sure I get up, I get me a little something to eat, and I get ready to go to the gym, keeping it right, keeping it tight, just trying to, like I say all the time, getting up there in age and wanting to make sure that, I'm able to play with my kids, do exactly what run around and not get tired too quick. It gets crazy like that once you get older. And like when I go to the gym, I'm just making sure that I got that energy, and I'm happy and greatly appreciative to have goalie nutrition on my side. And goalie gummies are great because when I get a chance to sit down at such a quick, rapid speed, and we appreciate it. And I got to keep up with you guys out there. So I need that focus. And that's why I'm so glad I have the Matcha Mind gummies. Keeps me focused, keeps me up in the pocket and cognitive for when I need to do any work that I need to get done. When I'm in the gym, I need that energy. So I get the apple cider vinegar gummies. And hey, that's part of the sugar-free essentials pack. That's what I got. And then the ashwagandha gummies, they're great for restoring, relaxing, kicking back. That is exactly what you need after a hard day of work, or maybe, having to be in the middle of the action as a professional wrestling referee, just like Aaron Grider. You probably need to relax after dealing with all that action and being on your toes for 12 to 15 minutes and watching these two guys go at it. But, I got to keep my gut health right. All right. I got to make sure my digestive system is good to go. And that's why I'm glad I got pre and post probiotic, sugar free, part of that sugar free essentials pack. And you guys can have all that and more if you go to goalie.com and check out everything that they got on that website. And when you go ahead and decide to change your life and get your wellness right and you're in checkout, make sure you put in code IYH. You get that 10% discount. Let them know that IYH sent you, and check out everything that we are doing here. You can check out In Your House on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We're also live on X, YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live. So now we are on the other side of break, which means we have to talk about what went down on SmackDown. And when I talk about things on SmackDown, there's a certain blue-eyed villain that I have that covers all things SmackDown. That's the Grunmeister, man. Go ahead and start us off. Give us some of your highlights from this past Friday Night SmackDown.
Well, let's start with the best highlight of the night. Brock Lesnar split
Oh
his
my God.
hands. And giving
Brock Lesnar.
Yes.
Yep. Brock Lesnar split his pants, giving an F5 to R-Truth, who came out to defend John Cena's honor. And, well, we got funny R-Truth back, but R-Truth did give us some hints that he will put the funny away and make sure Lesnar gets got.
Yeah.
Solo Sikoa did have a video package
Yes.
with a promo. I do not think he was terrible, but I do think that Solo is in a bad way right now, because every time it looks like that he's becoming a huge star, they do something to cut his legs out from under him. And like I think part of the problem is also, I'm just gonna say it, they have brought in Samoans because they're related to The Rock, because they're related to Roman Reigns. And look, I'm not saying Solo doesn't have what it takes. Solo has had moments where he's shown that he does belong in WWE. Unfortunately, we need more than moments, and WWE have not always been giving him the best opportunities. Hikuleo has brought in, well, because like Josh says, because he's tree. He's a tree, and WWE doesn't have many trees in WWE right now. Now, I mean, they have Obafemi, who's a big, mean, nasty tree who will jump and attack you in the most brutalist of ways. So,
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that tree.
He's a good tree.
He is. He's a good tree. Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa, world-renowned tag team champions, who have not been treated like world-renowned tag team champions in the WWE.
Yeah.
Very, like, it has been underwhelming. Solo's group, JC
Yeah.
Mateo. I just realized earlier this year that JC Mateo is 42, so he doesn't have many years left to
It's
matter.
crazy, dude, because he's good. That like
He is
he's
good.
great. He's a great in-ring competitor, but he has zero aura. Like that's one of the biggest problems with him. It's like, and I'm sorry to cut you off there, Grant. I just wanted to add to the conversation because what you're saying is part of the problem. The Gorillas of Destiny, one of the most renowned tag teams in New Japan Pro Wrestling, have come in and they basically came in as the authors of pain. They were just henchmen, not doing anything, nothing of substance. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate Tama Tonga for trying to get the yeah thing over, but like he just wasn't given that much time. And then the same thing with Hikuleo. He's come in, he's just been a henchman. JC Mateo just been a henchman. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it doesn't. For me, the stable has really lost a lot of steam. At this point, it's gotten to a point if the MFT Solo and his group were wrestling in my backyard, I wouldn't even open up. They're just born.
Yeah, my
That
my
they're
biggest,
not being presented in a good way. You know, I'm sorry, but continue, Grun. But
Yeah.
that was the whole complaint I had on there.
Yeah, but basically, you guys get where I'm going with the MFTs. Like, it's like I don't know if it's a failed project, but it's definitely a mismanaged project.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, go ahead, Aaron.
Oh, go ahead, Aaron. Yeah.
I'm gonna give, I usually don't have a ton of complaints about WWE creative, but I'm gonna give them some guff on this because they just assumed that everybody knew who JC Mateo was. They just assumed that everybody knew who Tama Tonga was and Tongaloa was and Hikuleo was. They didn't give us character depth other than their family or friends of Solo.
Yeah.
And I have that's been my biggest complaint over the years with AEW was they bring in Japanese people or people from other countries and they don't tell you why they're there or who they are. They give you no backstory. And that's what they've really done with the MFTs. Like, they're the MFTs, but they're cool because they're Samoan. Okay, like what else? They it's very much been a start and stop with them.
Yeah.
I thought they had a lot of good momentum when Solo won the title from Jacob. I thought that was a good momentum building moment.
Oh yeah.
And I really felt good about that. I was like, okay, they're going to carry this all the way to War Games.
Yeah.
That's what I really thought. But then they just pulled the rug out from under Solo where they rushed, and I'm sure we'll talk about him, but they rushed the Sami Zayn story to get the title off of Solo.
Yep.
And I'm not really sure why.
I've got a reason. I'm pretty sure I know why.
Okay.
A lot of people have opinions that the opinion that Saudi Arabia doesn't like Sami Zayn's. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's the opposite.
Because I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, I get people's opinion is, well, look at the color Sami Zayn wears on his trunks now. And that's definitely would lead people to believe a certain opinion, but I think the Saudi Arabian fans, I think they're just happy that they have an Islamic wrestler
representation.
That's good. Like, because really, like, the last Islamic close to Islamic wrestler that they had was Mustafa Ali. They fumbled him, and now he's in TNA doing his best work.
Right.
So I mean, like, if I'm thinking about it, like, I'm like, if I were in that group, I'd be like, you know what? At least I have some sort of representation. And you know what? It's Sami Zayn, who I'm not personally a huge fan of, but you know what? He's had a lot of great matches. He does great character work.
Widely likable by most of the fan base, except for recently because of the Sammy exhaustion, which we're discussing right now.
Yeah, definitely. And it just real quick, a Nightwing saying that they dropped the Jey Uso, dropped the ball with Jey Uso's world title reign. I don't think that's the case. I think
No.
Jey Uso's world title reign was going to be short lived no matter what, because
Yeah.
and it's not nothing against Jey Uso. It's not that he didn't get, he got more over than anyone predicted with the Yeet thing.
Oh,
Yes.
He got outrageously over, outrageous fan support. Like WWE would have been crazy to not at least give him a short title reign.
Yeah.
Jey Uso, the problem is that while Jey Uso is a solid singles competitor, he is not a Gunther. He's not a Seth Rollins. He's not a Roman Reigns. He's not a John
No.
Cena. And it's not his fault. He always wanted to be a tag team wrestler, and the Usos, one of the greatest tag teams of all time. So it's like Jey Uso got a bonus. He and his brother Jimmy get to be called one of the greatest tag teams of all time. And Jey Uso got a world title reign. Like, I'm sorry, if I were Jey Uso, I think, you know what, I could leave right now and be like, yeah, I'm good. That's a great career right there. I'm good. But no,
Yeah.
Jay's still here because, you know what, he loves pro wrestling, and at this point, like, the only thing, if I'm Jey Uso, I'm thinking, like, I got a better career than I ever imagined. So I'm just going to do whatever the hell they tell me to do, because you know what? I'm good. I got my money. I've had fantastic career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
That title reign was never going to be long.
No.
And it didn't need to be long.
No, and
You
it
know?
didn't need to be great.
Baby faces are better in chase mode anyway.
Yeah.
And you know, the only even because they even broke up the Cody Rhodes title run. You know, he held it for a year, but then he lost it, and then now he's back on it again. But it's like baby faces are much better when they have something to chase.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And we talked a little bit about Sami Zayn. I am already calling it. I think Sammy's winning the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia next year.
Probably.
I could see. Oh my
I
freaking
think
God! I
he's going
can
to be
see
the
it.
favorite. I think he's got to be the favorite at this point.
I was all for it about 6 months ago. Now I believe it's still going to happen, but I'm not for it.
Yeah.
And
It's because of the Sammy exhaustion.
Yep. They're
forcing it a little too much. They're forcing it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And I love Sammy. Sammy's a dude that gave my son a moment, but like, yeah, it's a real thing where their Sammy exhaustion is there. Voice, go ahead, man.
Well, that's where I come in at with this whole, like, I understand the representation part and I get that, but hear me out. So back in the world that I love, ECW, there was a guy called Mike Awesome. Okay. So this dude,
Oh my
fucking
God.
ginormous motherfucker, had a beautiful mullet. He did big bad shit, threw people through tables. He also had a huge feud over in Japan with Tanaka. And Paul Heyman goes, motherfuckers, I can make money off of this. And he said, let me bring in Mike Awesome. So he brings in Mike Awesome, builds him up a little bit, and then he brings in Tanaka. Tanaka becomes organically loved by the ECW fans. Why is that? Well, that's because there was a story based around exactly what you alluded to, Aaron. So when we take these moments and we're like, oh, hey, we got some ideas coming in from Saudi Arabia. We got to go over there. We're going to do this. They might have a WrestleMania. They're giving us an offer we can't refuse. So we take it. So then you're just going to shove Sammy in it because you see that the people who live in this area that you're going to have this big moment in, they're wanting that. Well, that's not organically built. Yes, is Sami Zayn organically built? Yes, I understand that. But in this moment, he has rushed into it. That's why we're getting all these goddamn questions. That's the reason why the whole bloodline shit has gotten to where it's like, I don't give a fuck. Like, okay, cool. You guys are all related. Awesome. Way to go. Yeah. Like, just because first off, that JC dude they brought in,
JC Mateo, yeah.
Timu Bronson Reed. That's all that is.
I'm sorry, but I said that before. I mean,
yeah, I know, and that's where I got it from. I'm
not trying to disrespect him, but he is Timu Bronson Reed, bro.
They haven't done anything to make you believe different. That's the problem.
Exactly.
They
So
haven't done anything.
why force him in there when all that's going to do is ruin his career?
Yeah.
That's all it's going to do, because
It's
whatever's
not
left.
helping him at all.
Exactly. So you've put him into a position where the entire stage, the entire world can see him not do anything outside it. This is my whole issue with Ivy Nile also. You get put into a position in which you get to be seen, and instead of being like, damn, what am I not doing to captivate these people? Rikishi goes on and yells about how people aren't being treated right. And then it institutes some other person to go, you know what? Maybe I do see what he's saying there. When in all actuality, that's not it. It's you. It's what you do in your 5 minutes when that camera is on you.
Mm-hmm.
Solo does amazing things with the fans when the camera's kind of not on him, but kind of on him. It's stuff they don't feature. He's over with the
Like on
fans.
house shows and stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly. You can play into what Solo is. Yes. Did they force Solo into a spot that we talked about when he first came in that was like, I don't believe what they're trying to tell me with Solo. We talked
Yeah.
about it times. Paragon brought it up. Give it time. We gave it time. Solo developed into something that we kind of believed in. But
Yeah.
then they took every person that ever touched his blood and they threw him around there. Yes, did Jacob work? But now Jacob's on his own and you need to develop him. You need to figure out why people are drawn to Jacob Fatu and then right around that. What's happening now is just forced culture on the wrestling community.
Mm.
And it's ridiculous. And it's just dividing us more than it is bringing us together. In my opinion, this is all my opinion. Nobody else here is saying those words. I am, but that's how I feel. That's what I
Sure.
see. That's why I don't care about the bloodline situation anymore.
Here's
I'm
the
so
thing.
tired of those guys.
It's a
And
crime.
if you need,
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Aaron. Go ahead, Aaron.
and if you need any example of, one of the things you talked about was maximizing your time, maximizing your minutes.
He says it. He says it so much. He
And
says
if there
5
is
minutes.
one example, and I will tell this to every wrestler, promoter, manager, if there is one person I could tell you to go watch that is in WWE right now that maximizes their minutes, it is Chelsea motherfucking Green.
Oh my God!
We
Yep.
praise
You want
her
an
all the
example
time here.
of
All the time.
maximizing your minutes. She was getting nothing on television. Nothing. They would give her a little spot here, a little spot there. Then she did the dumpster match with Mi Chen, something that 99% of the wrestling could never get over.
Mhm.
Nobody could get that over. She got it over. She got over the presidency of Chelsea Green. All hail Chelsea Green. She's doing the stuff with Ethan Page, which is freaking gold at the moment.
Yes, it is.
Like, that is how you maximize your minutes. Because yes, as a booker, like, I can give you a story and I can tell you, hey, this is what I want, or this is what I need from you. It is your job to go execute. Has Solo been put in the absolute best positions? No. Has Sami Zayn been put in the absolute best positions? Yes, at times. But I actually think they are booking his character completely the wrong way at the moment. Because I think they have missed the boat with Sami Zayn in one particular instance.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that they were going to go... I thought they were going to turn Sami heel. I really thought that's where we were going.
There were some people saying
Karrion
that.
Kross was going to be the one to push him,
Yeah.
and he was going to have to go. And they were leaning that way. There were the hints. There were a little bit of hints. And then for whatever reason, I don't know if Bruce Pritchard or Hunter or somebody got in each other's ear and was like, maybe we shouldn't go this way because he's too popular or what. Because now I think they're going to do that story, but I think they're doing it with Jey Uso instead of Sami Zayn. Because it looks like Jay is going a little bit darker.
Yeah, he is.
On Monday night.
That's exactly what our guy Landon is talking about in the comments.
That's what I was just gonna switch to. So, Aaron, you bring that up.
I think they flip-flopped it.
Do you think that puts Jay as the new tribal chief over Roman? Do you think that's how they'll tell that story? Because you have to be a little evil to have a a team like that.
I think
you have to make decisions that aren't going to be very popular.
Yep.
I don't know if I see him as like having a group around him.
Okay.
I don't know if he's going to have a group around him. I could see like him and Jimmy kind of being at odds a little bit. Not against each other by any means, not a feud. But Jimmy's already said a couple times, "Hey, you're talking just like him. You're talking just like Roman.
Yeah. Yep. He
You're
has
doing
said that. Yep.
like that." They've already been that. So I don't know if I see him with his own group, but I do think they're going to give him an edge. They're going to give him, and I think he needs that. I think we're past the yeet. Like we're not like it's still over. Don't get me wrong, it is still over. Yeet, everybody yeets, and we have a great time. We have fun with it. The crowd loves it. All of that. That's great. But we all know in wrestling is in cycles.
Yeah.
There is going to come to a point where the fans get tired of it, or they don't yeet as much. They're still going to yeet, but they're not going to yeet as much.
Yeah.
LA Knight is still over. He's not over as much as he was a year ago. Like he's still over. He's still very over.
Yeah.
But they're also running the risk of making him stale.
Yeah.
And making him he's been kind of dragging his feet and being kind of stagnant. He's someone I would really like to see win the Royal Rumble, but I don't think they're going to go that route. But he desperately needs something to latch on.
Yeah, because I say this, as over as he is, and like you said, he's not over as he was a year ago, but he's consistently over. And like with him, like you said, that's one thing. And I wanna see LA Knight in those situations where he's going for the World Heavyweight Championship. But like you said, there's just no development. It's the same thing. He's gonna come in, he's gonna say his catchphrases, he's gonna call somebody a meathead or a chump or something like that, and it's all just the same thing. It's the same promo with different ways to get there, with different insults, with different things that's going to lead him into LA Knight. That's going to lead him to where he needs to go, or everybody's saying that, but there's no development. And it's like LA Knight is just there. He's just consistently that upper mid card guy that could sometimes main event.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So that's how I see it. Grun, anything else on SmackDown that was really like, got to talk about this? Because there is a couple other things we do have to get out there, and I'll bring that up after you're done.
Yeah, so I guess really the only other big thing that really is worth mentioning to have it on SmackDown is we finally got the return of Cody Rhodes at the very end of the show. Cody Rhodes came down, saved Randy Orton after he had already lost to Drew McIntyre, and and Drew McIntyre decided he was going to lay more of a beat down on Randy, and then leading up to Wrestlepalooza, we are getting Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre for the championship at Wrestlepalooza next Saturday.
Man, listen, I'll say this. I've said this on the show, and I'm not backing away from it. This whole Wrestlepalooza thing it feels like big time counter programming. The ESPN Dale coming in a lot early, and I've stood up behind that and what I've said. But damn, this card, man. Oh my God, this card. I can't. I get it. I get it. Like the counter programming, I'm pissed off because like it's a freaking over $200 seat to Kiss the Roof of Gamebridge, and like it's my son's homecoming and whatnot. So I got to be here for that. But like, damn, I can't deny the card, man. They really came heavy on this one, and we're gonna talk about it when we do predictions. But Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre, it's just good, right? It's good where it needs to be at, because you don't need to have a huge money undisputed WWE championship match when you have so much surrounding it, like the mixed tag team match with CM Punk and AJ Lee, Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, like Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer, which we already knew from earlier this year, post WrestleMania, that those two can put on a 5-star match. The final appearance of John Cena versus Brock Lesnar, they're going to be fighting for the final time. There's a lot that they're putting into this. There's a lot that they're putting into this show, and I think that just kind of wraps it up. It's going to be a really good show, and I think that Cody Rhodes Rhodes coming back. I know he's doing the Guile thing with Street Fighter, so I don't know how intimately we're going to be getting him. He just had a kid as well. We like he kept that secret. I didn't even know she was pregnant. Like, congratulations to them for sure. But I do want to pivot a little bit because there's a lot of things to talk about as far as SmackDown, and we could like clump that into when we do the predictions for Wrestlepalooza, which we're going to do that on the end of this show. But here, I want to talk about something else that happened because it was on the radar, and then it was just like, hey, this happened, and it just kind of happened in passing. But it's not something that I think should just be swept under the rug, and that's the release of Andrade. This has, I mean, I'm so he's really good, and he just can't seem to find his footing. I don't understand. Voice, you're somebody. I know you have thoughts, Aaron. We're definitely going to get you, but I got to give it to Voice because the reason why is because he covered heavily a lot of Andrade when he did his Collision watch alongs. He covered a lot of Andrade when he had the series with Carmelo Hayes, which we all thought was going to be a great elevator for not just Carmelo Hayes, but also Andrade as well. Then they started the tag team with Ray Phoenix, and we thought, hey, they're trying to find him something, and now he's just gone. Voice, as a follower, perpetual follower of Andrade, what the hell, man? Like, what are you making of this?
I'm honestly, what I'm making of it is this was a part of his contract. This was an option, and he took the option. He took it. So
Okay.
something's with him. So
Sure.
my guess is, I don't know. He could. What if he's got a movie that he's getting ready to do? What if he's got something working with AAA? What if, maybe he was talking to somebody? I don't know, because to me, the what I had booked for him would have hit. I would have loved it, and it would have been something right now we would have been talking about if it was on Raw, if it was on SmackDown. That's how big that would have been.
Yeah.
But we're not there, and it's not going to happen now. What if he wanted to take a break? We don't know where his body's at. We don't know if he had to go get a surgery. I haven't seen anything where he said, WWE did me wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
All I've seen is this was an option in his contract. He took that option. He's not with the WWE anymore. Until I hear him say anything else,
Sure.
that's how much I respect this dude. I loved him in AEW. I thought he was one of the biggest, brightest stars there. I loved him when they brought him back. I loved him when they teamed him up with Ray Phoenix, when they teamed him up with anybody. I pitched that whole idea on the fact of my fandom for Andrade, and it was all based around him.
Yep.
So I don't know.
I love Andrade. He was involved in my favorite NXT takeover match of all time. So, which was him and Johnny Gargano at NXT takeover
Great
Philadelphia. Love that match. Probably my favorite takeover match of all time. I think it could be any combination of what Voice talked about. I just think his personality just hasn't connected. He's a great worker. I mean, a fantastic worker. One of the best,
so good,
pure workers in the business. He's one of the best pure workers there is. His personality just hasn't connected. Like it just hasn't. And there's a lot of people who have had that problem. Nakamura had that problem.
Yeah.
Asuka had that problem. She doesn't have it right now because that stuff with her and Kyrie is fire.
Yep.
Yes.
Kyrie!
Yeah, I love dude, she's so one of the only ones I legit follow on social medias on Twitter. Like Asuka just blows my mind the way she connects.
Asuka and Naomi are the best Twitter follows. Those two.
Highly agree.
Dude, when AJ Lee came back, Naomi lost her mind. Naomi absolutely lost her
dude. I hope she finds a way to have a rapid pregnancy that's healthy for the baby. Like she can find a way to cut it 9 months to 6 months, and the kid's still like a healthy giant that comes out. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, no,
man.
Andrade, and he's never quite connected in WWE, and he's a great worker though. Like his matches are always good. We all know that. Like, but when anyone who watches wrestling or analyzes wrestling like we all do, you can't just be a good wrestler. Like that's not what keeps you around in WWE. That's not just what, because there have been a lot of great wrestlers who don't work for WWE anymore.
Yeah.
And like it took Daniel Bryan forever to connect.
Yep.
Like to really connect. And he just hasn't found it yet. And I would actually really like to see him go back to AAA. I think that's a perfect fit for him.
That'd be a good fit.
Plus, it keeps him within the WWE umbrella.
Yeah.
So he's still there, but he's not like in. I don't think main roster WWE is just the right fit for him.
Aaron, can I
Yeah.
ask you this?
Yeah.
Especially with the news of Del Rio being removed from AAA, do you think Andrade could fill that spot for AAA then?
100%. I would immediately move Andrade to AAA, and he would be the very first feud for Dominic Mysterio for that title.
Aaron, I fucking love the way your brain works.
That is
Yeah,
100% what I would do. 100%.
And I see the shit-eating grin on Grun's face, so I think he's in that same boat. He's just been waiting for his moment to speak.
has.
No. So actually,
No.
I saw.
Well, fuck you, Grun. We don't want to hear it.
I'm
joking. I'm joking, Grun.
There's a chance this report is true. Chance it's also bullshit. From WrestleFeed, who is saying that Wrestling Observer is reporting Andrade's exit was the result of a disciplinary action matter that led to the company to quietly remove him from television weeks before any public acknowledgement, as WWE officials told him to go home rather than being sidelined by injury or personal issues. Andrade was deliberately kept away from shows and the locker room, signaling that his future with the company was already decided beyond the scenes. Now, that's probably them in making an inference. It could be that he did ask for his release, because they're not. They didn't really say what the disciplinary action was. They didn't say what the violation was.
It's all allegations.
And supposedly WWE wanted him involved in AAA, but he didn't take part. Now, I don't know. Now, look, this is all that's being reported from secondhand sources.
Right.
We have no idea right now.
Sure, absolutely. That's fair.
And now we thought Alberto Del Rio was going to be, or Alberto El Patron was going to make his return to AAA. He didn't. And it's looking like he's not going to be returning to AAA. With Dominic Mysterio winning the AAA Mega Championship, which I do agree is a very good decision for them to make.
Yeah.
And as for no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, let's take the reality of where we live nowadays, and if we don't think that if something happened backstage, someone would have came out publicly already about it with Andrade, then we're living in a dream world. I'm not criticizing you, Grun, on this. I'm criticizing where you got your information. Yeah. I'm not like I said at the very beginning, I'm going with what Andrade says, and the company is backing up what Andrade says. So until we hear otherwise, all of that is just let's speculate so people click this fucking link. And I'm sorry, I don't know.
Because to me, when you're talking about personal issues and Andrade, the first thing that comes to mind would be he had an issue with Charlotte.
Yeah,
but that would have been.
I didn't even think about that.
That would have been blasted all over the place. Like nobody would have been talking. Like so, I'm not buying the issue or discipline thing either, because again, that would have been blasted. I feel like that would have been blasted all over the place.
None of us know. We're gonna find out. Everything comes to light. It doesn't. So if Grun, if you're correct on this reporting, trust me, I'll be the first one on here to be like, fucking Grun's a guru. Yeah. He knows shit. Listen to what Grun's got to say. But until then, man, Like I'll even say it. I mean, with the whole Enzo shit, Enzo's career is gone. He's not going to be able to go on to things, but it was proven that it was false.
Yeah.
The allegations were all false. So
Yeah.
now that we can't be doing any of that, I understand it gets those people clicks, it gets them paid on whatever social medias they decide to do that. But in this today's climate, fuck that shit. If it
Yeah,
ain't
for
true and you don't
For
know
sure.
100%, not you, Grun.
Yeah.
The people out there trying to make these stories something.
Yeah.
Don't fucking report it. What the fuck? Who cares? Let's.
Yeah, these are people's careers. Like these are
Yeah.
people's
Exactly.
lives.
And if he did something, fuck him.
Right,
Yeah.
for sure. Like Alberto, fuck Alberto forever. Like
Yeah.
fuck Alberto,
Like he's a proven piece of shit, bro. Like
Proven, yes.
fuck him forever. But yeah, these are people's lives, and like you said, they're doing it for clicks. That's all they're doing it for. And
Yep.
you know, all the dirt sheets or whatever, they're doing it for clicks just to get people to be like, "Hey, look at me, look at me, look at me." That's probably, if I had to pick one thing about the IWC community that I hate, that is the one thing. Like all of these just button clickers that are just trying to present things as fact when they don't know. They're just guessing, but they're presenting it as fact.
see,
Yeah.
And
that's
yeah,
why that's why I love what we do. That's why I love what we do because Grun could like Grun, and this is what Grun does. He's our analytics guy. He'll look up reports and stuff like that. But when we're not in locker rooms, we don't know for sure. This report was reported by this. This is speculation. That's what we do here, is speculate, but never, and I'm proud of what we do. Never what we do is trying to pass off some BS as absolute fact. We speculate here.
Yeah. And that's why Grun shows it as this is what some people are reporting. And then he gives you that social media link. You know, he tells you who's putting it out there. So
we're talking about Alberto Del Rio right now. I went around and checked because I'm like, I don't remember hearing any convictions. I know arrests, I know indictments, I know accusations, allegations. So I'm like, okay, here's what we know. He was arrested in 2016 for a fight in an Austrian nightclub, fired in 2014 for unprofessional conduct by WWE. He was suspended again in 2016 for violating that company's wellness policy. In 2020, assault claims his former partner Soraya. That was the Soraya allegations, where her brothers were accusing Alberto. Soraya never actually but again, that could be because she was afraid of what might happen to her. So, but again, but from what I've seen, in involving the domestic violence stuff, he was arrested. There were indictments, but charges were dropped each and every time. Now, that could be there wasn't enough evidence to convict. It could be that. It could be that he didn't do it. I don't know. But one thing that we do that does sometimes get lost is that these allegations, if they are never convicted, if there is no solid evidence, it can ruin someone's career. Because
very true.
Enzo, his career, I imagine, was over up until a couple years ago when I realized he was still wrestling on the independents, and now he's working in TNA. So clearly, he got, and I guess you guys, you just learned about. I knew the allegations against Enzo were false maybe a year and a half afterwards, because reports had come out a year and a half after the allegations against him were that no, the woman was consensual, but she went out, lied to her parents. She had already had issues with drugs and mental health issues, and so she lied to protect herself, not to ruin Enzo, but to keep herself out of trouble. And then then there were calls from the police saying that she had again had some sort of mental breakdown. So the charges were dropped. Enzo was proven innocent.
And the reason why it was so impactful, because in the era of where we were at in the society, it was impactful there because it was in a time in which we took we should still take those things seriously. I'm
Absolutely.
not trying to come off as a misogynist or an apologist for anything like that. But we have to take these things seriously, because at the moment, even if the WWE says, Enzo, we have a spot for you, even if they bring back Big Cass with him and they bring that group, there is still a good faction of the audience that is not going to accept that because of a lie.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, but Andrade does have things that they may not have been convictions and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And if in court, if they don't say, hey, guilty, not guilty, meh, sometimes maybe he said, hey, here's a amount of money, let's not go any further. Then it's dropped. There's so many things that can happen. The fact of the matter is there's two people that know what happened in any of these situations, and it's none of us, because we're not in that world. We don't do those fucked up things, so I'm just, it's so scary nowadays.
Yeah.
Well, and it is, and you talked about, if they brought back Enzo and Cass, there are certain people who will not watch because of the allegations. Another great example of that is Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
Because there are people
Absolutely.
who have openly on social media, every time that man is on television, they blow up social media and they say F him.
Oh yeah.
They are all over it. They're all over it. Even though the allegations have never been proven, because I guarantee you, I mean, look, TK, we can all say a lot of things about TKO. We can all say a lot of things about WWE. They're not bringing Brock Lesnar back unless they did some sort of investigation and somebody from legal gave them the clear that was hey,
yep,
this guy's good to bring back. Legal, I guarantee you, legally, there was enough done to make sure he was being brought back under the right circumstances. But again, it doesn't matter. Once those allegations are out there, it doesn't matter if it's true or not, because there's going to be people who latch onto it and say, we don't care. You got allegations against you. Fuck you forever. We're not supporting you in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. No,
let's just not do
true.
fucked up shit, guys.
Right. Right.
There we go.
That's
it, bro. Just don't do fucked up shit. Like, I couldn't have said it better myself. And this particular conversation, I'm loving it, particularly just because of all the stuff we're talking about. We're keeping it real, being honest about it, and just giving our opinions, man. And that's exactly what we're here to do here at In Your House, man. But we're also here to talk about some wrestling as well, because we just talked about the release of Andrade and whatnot. We talked a little SmackDown, but we do got to ride out, call this a really great episode here. But before we do that, a couple more things. We do have our predictions that we're going to be giving out for Wrestlepalooza, and then at the end, when we give our man Aaron the opportunity to plug anything he wants to plug, he does have a couple of more announcements that he's going to give us. So I'm excited about that. That's why I'm going to leave it for you guys in the household to the end. Yeah, I'm leaving you guys on a cliffhanger. I'm making y'all stay for the whole episode. All right, but let's jump into these predictions though, because we have Wrestlepalooza. It's going down in Indianapolis. Big show. I mean, we can have conversations all day, and we have on the show about counter programming, the ESPN deal, and how it's pricing some people out. Also, we're probably going to talk a lot in depth about the whole WrestleMania and Saudi thing. The only reason we're not going to super expand on that now is because we'll be on here for another 30 minutes talking about that. I mean, I just know that's a super hot topic. We're going to be talking a lot about it as the weeks go on. But let's keep it wrestling wise and keep it fun and topical at Wrestlepalooza. And we're going to start with our guest here. Then we're going to go down the line to do Voice and Grun Meister, and then I'll give my picks last. We're going to give the predictions for this coming Saturday's Wrestlepalooza, Indianapolis. It's their big debut for ESPN. They're trying to blow it up real big, screwing us out of a WrestleMania, I'm sure. But it's still gonna be a big event. But we're gonna start with there's all these matches are such big matches, but I want to start with Io Sky versus Stephanie Vicaire. It's for the vacant Women's World Championship. Aaron, who do you got in that match?
This is tough.
Oh my God.
It really is tough. I think I'm gonna flip a coin,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna go. I'm
Oh.
gonna go with Stephanie Vaquer
Ooh, okay.
because I think, and I may be way off base on this, I think we're gonna get an Io and Rhea tag team. So I think we're gonna get Io and Rhea as a tag team for a while. Um, before we get them to break up. So I think in the meantime for that, we get Stephanie Vaquer as the women's champion. So I'm going to go with Stephanie Vaquer.
Okay, all right, Stephanie. I mean, she's there. I don't know what happened to where she missed that contract signing. I don't know the story behind that or anything. But
Allegedly, she had a minor like injury that she's been dealing with. So my
ooh, okay,
guess is she's been getting treatment for it, and she just
okay.
wasn't there because she was getting treatment for it. But she's working NXT this coming Tuesday as well
Oh
for the
yeah, she is.
homecoming episode.
Yeah.
So, but apparently it was a minor injury, but she should be good to go. Is what I've
Okay.
heard. So we'll
Okay,
see.
that makes sense. Let's throw it over to my guy, the voice here. Who do you got? Io Sky, Stephanie Vaquer, women's title on the line.
Honestly, I'm going EO.
Okay.
I think you can also put that title on EO and also make her a tag with Rhea because it gives Rhea that extra once she makes that turn against EO because that's her
Right.
In game.
biggest enemy she's ever gonna have in her career. I mean, honestly, I never want Rhea to win over EO. I think that would be the best play ever. Like, just never
Talked
give
about
her
that,
that
yeah.
win. And I think it would be a great thing. And I think they both would actually like entertain that idea. Maybe one day though, Rhea does get that win. But my biggest reason picking EO is because I don't know what you do with Stephanie past that. I'm still not sold on Stephanie. Right now, to me, she's a better chaser because I still need to see more from her. Because
Sure.
once she gets that title, who are we throwing at her?
Yeah.
That's fair.
And if you're gonna throw Rhea, you're gonna let Stephanie over Rhea.
Right.
I'm sorry, but Rhea to me is going to
Not
run through
now.
Stephanie. Yeah,
Not yeah, I was gonna
and
say not right now. She's not Stephanie's
yeah,
not there right now to where she can go total
Right.
super
exactly.
believable.
But I do believe that she is on the steps of becoming that. I'm
Sure.
just not there right now with her. So that's why I'm picking EO. I just feel there's more meat on that bone.
Okay. Okay. No, that's more than fair. I like where your mind's at there. And yeah, for me, and it's not the fact that I don't like Stephanie Vaquer. I do, but yeah, she's at a point where I'm like, you're a little bit of more of a proving ground for me, just because like, and I don't know what the issue is. It could be injury related, just like Aaron is saying, but like sometimes she's on a show, sometimes she's not on the show, and I feel like that she's in that time right now where she's like she needs to be grinding and really building up. You know what I'm saying? There's just been like too much times on the show where she hasn't been there, but that's a whole other conversation. I'm gonna throw it to my man, the blue-eyed villain, Grunmeister. Who do you got, man? Io Sky or Stephanie Vaquer, women's title on the line?
Io Sky, the Stephanie Vaquer is over with fans, but it's I think she was a hot commodity in NXT. I think on the main roster, it is becoming clear that she has a lot more work to do. Io Sky, you can have her heel, babyface, anything. Fans will go wild for it. Io Sky is definitely the right person to have as champion, especially since they seem to be building a story with her and Asuka potentially meeting somewhere down the line. I'm very much looking forward to Io Sky versus Asuka for the championship, and I do believe that is the direction they are going.
Dude,
Yeah.
I hope so, Grun. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
like you at a Cena match, just oh, oh.
I love it, man. Love it.
Kyrie!
Yeah,
Kyrie!
exactly.
All right.
Love it.
All right. As far as I go, it's hard to bet against Io Sky just because she's like the best wrestler on the planet right now, and it's really hard. I'm going to say Io Sky, but I can see a reality where maybe Asuka sticks her nose in the business and finally strikes. Like we've kind of seen it hint as Asuka's kind of like hey, you're supposed to be with us. You're supposed to be representing us. You keep going to all these other people and making all these friends when we're tightly knit group. And it's kind of irritating Asuka. I could definitely see a reality where they go ahead and, pop that cherry, just let Asuka off the hook and let her be the reason why Io Sky doesn't win the women's world heavyweight championship at Wrestlepalooza, and Stephanie Vaquer walks out as champion. And whatever happens past that, I'm with Voice. I have no freaking idea because Stephanie she's not there yet for me. But at the end of the day, it's always speculative. But if you're putting a gun to my head, I'm saying Io Sky, the best wrestler in the world, walks out as women's world champion again.
I expect a formal apology from all three of you when you're wrong on Saturday. Thank you.
You'll
Oh
get
my
one.
God.
Jeez, here
I-
we go.
If I'm wrong, I don't offer apologies. Like, okay,
Whoa.
Grun
I just
Meister.
admit that I'm wrong. That's the
Grun's got 10
That's fair.
toes.
That's fair. I'll take the I'm wrong. I'll take that.
I love
Love
it,
it,
man.
Grun.
I love it. All right, let's move on to our undisputed WWE Championship match, singles match that was just set up between Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. They've put a little bit of heat behind this, like when Drew McIntyre with the Claymore at the bottom of the commentary desk. I thought that was a nice touch, but they've kind of missed each other because Cody's just had a child and then he's doing stuff with the movie. Cody's a busy guy right now. A whole lot of fire behind it. I think the match is going to hit, but the fuel just hasn't had a whole lot of fire behind it just because, Cody has had his absences for very good reason. Nobody's saying that it's not a good reason, but how do you think the match is going to go? Aaron, who do you got in this match? Cody Rhodes faces up against Drew McIntyre, undisputed WWE Championship on the line. Who do you got?
I'm excited for this, and I think it's the match itself, like you said, it's going to hit.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see it in person. I will be in Indianapolis for the show, so I'm going.
Yes.
But I think this is just the first act.
Okay.
I think it's going to end in either maybe like a double DQ or a double count out, or maybe
Ooh.
Cody wins by DQ, or Cody goes postal and he loses by DQ, like something of that nature.
I got you.
Yeah, there will not be a clean finish. If I had to pick like a winner, I'm going to say Drew by disqualification.
Okay, which would make him not champion. He would be the
He
winner,
doesn't win
and
the
then that
title.
would just to continue the feud.
Just to continue the feud. Yeah, I this is just the start of this feud. I don't see this being a one and done. Cody needs something to do for a couple of months. This is not a one and done. This is not. There's no way this is a one and done. They're going to get more meat out of this. So I'm going to say Drew by disqualification.
Okay, that's fair because I'm with you. I think that because of the sputtering start that this feud has had, because once again Cody's personal life and nobody's criticizing that. Congratulations for having a kid, but it has had a sputtering start. And like, here's the thing, and I already know where Voice's head is at because we've talked about this before. And he feels like there's been a lot of sputtering from Drew McIntyre, but like I feel like Drew McIntyre is somebody who has proven in the past that he could tell a great story. Cody Rhodes is somebody in the past who's proven that he could tell a great story. I just feel like with these two mixed up together, this cannot be the culmination of what they're going to do and then they go their separate ways. These are two proven great storytellers that I think that, where this has been a short term as far as, hey, we're going to do it right now. But like you said, I think there is going to be a little bit more when we see in the future between these two. But Voice, where you match Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, undisputed title on the line. Who do you got?
I mean, Aaron really laid out the most logical way for me to be even entertained in this match. I'm sorry.
Sure.
I'm bored with both these guys. Yes, I know they can tell a good story and everything, but we're back at the same formula for Drew McIntyre and trying to tell a story. You want to talk about people who don't develop? Drew McIntyre has been telling the same fucking story for the past 4 fucking years. Yeah. And I'm sorry, but like, you got to get to a point to where you show me that different side. I don't know how he does it because He's tried to do the social media thing, and a lot of people I know who follow him, they like it. They're entertained with it. And maybe that's the road you go down, but WWE's not going down that road. They're sticking into this road that they're putting him in, this box. And that's how I feel about Drew McIntyre. If you're going to let Drew have a run, Cody would be the perfect opponent to do it with.
Yeah.
But having a title in there, I don't need it. You know what I mean?
Well, they
Like, I
beat
don't-
these. Here's the thing, bro. These two can really give you a really great blood feud. I know
Yeah.
they can. I know they can. Both of them.
But some of the best blood feuds don't even involve a title.
I
It just
know.
involves
That's to
a
your
blood
point.
feud.
And I love, and I 100% agree with what you're saying about Drew being stuck in a box
Yeah.
and not evolving. I think honestly, this is the make or break feud for Drew.
Ooh.
I
where you're
really
at?
do. I think this is make or break. I think you put everything you've got in, and this is on WWE too, because they have stuttered with Drew. They've put him in really good spots, and then they haven't pulled the trigger. I think you use Drew and you put Cody out of action for months. You don't put him out of action for a month. You don't put him out of action for a few weeks. He's gone until Mania
Yeah.
season.
Yeah.
He's
Oh, damn.
gone
Okay.
until Mania season. I mean, gone. Not for the Rumble. I'm talking like February. You put him out in October, probably in
Yeah.
Perth. In Perth was probably where this will end. You put Drew over. Drew's the champ, but he puts Cody fucking out
In the dirt. Yeah.
in the dirt, and then Drew just runs wild, and then you have their blood culmination at Mania. But this is really the definition of shit or get off the pot with Drew.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
you have made him the main event. You've tried to present him as a main event level character. Name me the last main event feud that Drew has actually won. Like where he has actually won that feud. He lost the punk feud. He lost every major feud. He has
He
been
lost
in.
the Damian Priest feud.
He lost the Damian Priest feud.
Yep.
He won against COVID.
He won against COVID, right? But that's
Just
that's
trying
the
to
last
bring humor.
time, right? Like that's the last time though. Like,
Well, yeah, and honestly, that is the last time that he
and
won
every
over.
time they've bought him as a heel, especially, they've put him
Yeah.
in all these like blood feuds or big time feuds, and
Yeah.
it's main event guys.
Yep.
Yeah, he looks good. Yeah, he looks like a badass. But when the time comes to actually put him over, they don't do it.
Yep.
And that's my issue.
Yeah, and I'm right there with you. This is why a lot of people are bored with Drew McIntyre. Why people like you are bored with Drew McIntyre, because it's like, okay, cool, we're pushing Drew. Yeah, I like Drew, but damn it, you never put him over.
Yeah.
This is what I like to call Bray Wyatt syndrome, because they did the same thing to Bray Wyatt for years.
Yep.
They would push him up to the main event against top guys, but he would never beat them.
Yeah.
He would never
Yeah,
win.
that's true.
So it's the same thing, and I get why people are bored with Drew. I get it. I don't hate that at all.
Well,
Yeah.
that's why I
100%.
said during his negotiations for his contract this last time around, he should have went to TNA. Go to
Yeah.
TNA for a little bit. You
Yep.
can dominate over there, get yourself seen, get yourself revamped,
Yep.
and then
Built
come
up.
right back over.
And carry off of that monster. Carry off of that
Exactly.
monster.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. And it's a good thought. But I gotta give it to my guy Grun here and give him an opportunity. Who do you think's winning this match? Maybe walking out with the title, maybe not walking out with the title. What's the scenario that you could see with Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes for the undisputed title?
Cody Rhodes wins. I definitely agree that I think this is going to be a bit of a rivalry. We're going to get a couple matches between Cody and Drew. Try and get Drew reignited in the fans' eyes, and to combat the people that are bored with Drew. Or this whole match is going to lead to a feud between Drew and Randy. I mean, that's definitely an angle they could go. That could go to WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia, where Drew McIntyre picks up his win over Randy.
Yeah.
I do believe that Heel Cody is in the future, maybe sometime next year,
Yeah,
but not right now.
It's a whiles away. We're not there yet.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm with you. So for me, this particular match, I I'm going to say Aaron is correct. I think there could be some sort of DQ that moves in the favor of Drew McIntyre. The only thing I could certainly say because of how abrupt this feud has and how like they've built it, but it hasn't been able to be built the way it needs to be built. No matter what the scenario is, Drew McIntyre is not walking out with that title from
No.
Indianapolis. He is not going to walk out with that title in Indianapolis. This can continue. This can go to Perth for sure. It can definitely go to Perth, but he's not walking out with that title, and that's the one certainty I can most definitely say. Because like you have said, Aaron, there's more meat on this bone, and like Voice has said, who's voiced this for weeks, they have got to try to do some sort of pivot with Drew McIntyre. I've said it on the show. I've said it a million times. That dude is money. He looks like a star, talks like a star, moves like a star, but he's not. He's a star, but they're not making him a superstar, like a top superstar, like we know that he can be. He carried the company through COVID, and we know that he can be entertaining. We know he can put on great matches. We know he's got a great look. What are you fumbling around with this dude for? For what reason? Like, he is a superstar that should be in superstar conversations.
They're not presenting him like a superstar.
Yep.
And that is on the company. That is not on Drew. Drew is doing what he's told to do. You know, he's under contract. He is doing what he is told to do, what is written for him, what is booked for him. You have to put him in positions to succeed, and they haven't done that the way they need to. And I'm hoping this feud is their way of fixing that problem.
I agree. Because with Cody going off and there's going to come a time soon where Cody is he's going to be doing shooting for he's going to be shooting for Street Fighter. He's going to he's going to be a little bit more hands-on with the new baby. Everybody's going to understand that. This is a perfect time for you to turn Drew up. Drew up. Like you said, have him beat the brakes off of Cody in Perth. Give him the title and just let him go, because like you said, I think it is shit or get off the pot. You have guys like Voice, guys like me that are saying, why isn't Drew McIntyre hitting the way he needs to hit? It's pivotal. It's just like we talked about with Jade Cargill before SummerSlam. There's many opportunities for Jade to be like, oh well, we believe in you, we think you can get it, and then something else happens and we're like, oh, we're kind of falling back on you. No, and we all said that SummerSlam was going to be make or break. This specific feud with Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes is the make or break for Drew McIntyre, because he is a superstar that is not being put in superstar situations. And honestly, if I were him, and I'm not here to give nobody career advice. If this don't pan out the way it needs to pan out, maybe another year or so. I don't know when his contract comes up, but I'd be looking to maybe do some pivoting. You know what I'm saying? Look at some options, see what's out there, and just do that. But once again, no scenario where I see Drew McIntyre walking out of Indianapolis as champion at all. But we got to move on, because we've got a big mixed tag team match that's going to be going down. This is exciting, and it's going to be super exciting, especially for you, Aaron. You're going to be there for it. It's going to be amazing. That's Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, who I think is doing amazing work. Becky Lynch is in her freaking bag, man. And they're going to be going against CM Punk and the returning AJ Lee. That's amazing. We talked about it a lot on this show. Aaron, who do you think's winning this tag match, man?
Well, number one, I was there for the comeback when AJ came back in Chicago.
You were, yes.
And I lost my ever-loving mind.
Oh my God.
My voice was gone. So I'm going to resort to an old adage that is used not just in wrestling but in life. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yep.
There's no reason to overthink this.
No.
You just brought AJ back. Punk and Rollins have plenty of juice left in their feud. You put AJ and Punk over clean. You give Becky a feud with AJ for the Intercontinental title. That gives AJ something to chase.
Yep.
Honestly, what I would do is I would do a double submission. I would have Seth tap out to the Anaconda Vice. I would have Becky tap out to the Black Widow. Done. Crowd will love it. That's it. We're done. Let's move on.
Simple.
Let's
Simple.
keep it simple. The match will be great. The crowd will be hot. Everybody's happy to see AJ back. Becky is doing the best work of her damn career. This will be a great match, but it doesn't need to be an all-timer. It just doesn't. It doesn't need to be an all-timer. Keep it simple.
Don't.
That's it. AJ and Punk over clean. Done. Move on.
Agree. I give mine away. Agree, because it's just so simple. Voice, what you got, man?
I'm there with him. I mean, on this one, the simpler the better for this feud. There's way too much fuel you can use for all the other what you want to do in the future. Let's just give the fans what they want with this match, and then move on.
Yeah. I'm with you, dude. There is so much meat on the bone for what you could do after this match that, like you guys are saying, just keep it simple. But Grun, what do you think, man?
The man and the visionary
Damn
will
it.
put down the punk rockers.
Damn it, Grun.
I
just
can
one.
tell by the smirk on his face. That's where he was going.
Yeah.
Mark gives it away every time.
I don't hate it. I don't think that's where you're going at this point in the feud. But again, it's not the worst idea in the world, but
No,
I don't think that's where you're going with the feud. I would love there to be a possibility. I don't know if this is where this feud is going eventually. I would love to see if we could maybe get this somehow mixed up together for War Games, like this combination.
Ooh. Yeah.
You've got Seth's group, obviously with Becky. Somehow get Punk and AJ with a couple of friends, and you've got your War Games match. I don't know if that's where they're going to go. I think that would be a fun play on all of this.
Intergender War Games. Okay.
Yeah. But we'll see. But either way, I'm happy AJ's back. There's so many possibilities for her.
Yes.
And I'm so happy to be able to see this. So it's going to be great.
Yeah, most definitely, man. No matter where you go with it, it's just great to see her back in the ring. And Becky Lynch is doing amazing work. God, I love what she's doing right now.
And whatever AJ is taking to keep her looking the way she has not aged. That woman has not aged.
Great. Looks great.
She looks amazing.
Man, she looks so good. It's great. Like
adrenochrome. I'm joking. Totally joking, people. Totally joking.
Man, I just love the fact that she kept herself in shape for those last 10 years. She's been in a ring training with Punk leading up to it. So it's not like there's not going to be a whole lot of rust to dust off because she's been working. So it's really exciting for sure. And I'm excited for whatever she does in this match and past that. But we got to keep going because we have Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker of the Vision going up against one of the greatest tag teams of all time, the Usos. This can go a lot of ways, but I got to ask my man Aaron, who do you got in this tag team match?
This is tough. Feed the beast. You got to keep the Bronze strong.
Yeah.
So I think the Usos maybe get the win. Maybe.
Yeah.
But they're getting laid out after.
I could see that.
They're getting laid out after. So I'm going to say the Uso, much like what happened with Roman in Paris, I think the Usos win the match, but they get laid the hell out. That's what I'm going to go with. But there's a lot of ways this could go.
There's a lot. This particular tag match, there's a lot of different ways this can go. And somebody who's great at speculating on this show, that's the voice, Josh Joseph. Who do you got in this tag match? The Vision versus the Usos.
I kind of share the same sentiments as Aaron. I think it would play very well if the Usos do win, but then, check your phones because there's going to be a hurricane tsunami alert coming in with Bronson Reed just fucking annihilating everybody. And then you're getting hit with a 23 mile per hour fucking brick wall coming at you. It's going to be devastating. Here's a little speculation, though. Is this where we get the next possible member? Let's just say
Right.
AJ Lee and CM Punk take out Becky Lynch and Seth. So that puts a little damper on what's going on there with them. The tag team visionary loses, but does destruction. That puts a little damper on them there. So why not bring in another person in this group that you're going to have in the ring? Because honestly, Seth and Becky together, that's kind of a separate thing than the group.
It
really
is,
I
yeah.
like, to me it is, because it's kind of like they're no matter what, if that group dissolves, they're married. They're still going to be a group.
Yep.
And the
Yep.
fans want that. So I think adding another wrestler into this would be very beneficial. But who would that be? Or what if Brock just comes out and just destroys every match of this?
you could do that too. I mean, you could just have Brock
really
just come and interrupt every single match.
I know, Grun, that doesn't make you happy, but it tickles me in a way that I would love that. I would actually probably pay the money to watch.
I mean, I have a dream scenario for who I would love to put with the Bronze.
Who's that?
Who's that?
Obafemi.
No,
Oh my
Grun,
no,
you've
absolutely
been-
not. No, you're out of your.
Whoa.
No.
You just want straight monsters.
I'm jumping out here right now. No, are you
Absolutely.
kidding? No, look, no. If they were not
Straight
building
monsters.
if they had not built Obafemi to be the absolute devastating ruler that he is in NXT, maybe, but no, Obafemi is a solo act. He needs no one. Well, now, yeah,
Wow.
it would be fun to see Obafemi teaming up with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed at some point, only to lead to a triple threat
Obafemi.
match. Only to lead to a triple threat match where they're just demolishing everybody by
Ooh.
big meaty men doing big meaty men things.
Yes, man.
Well,
But no,
So-
Obafemi is the absolute worst person.
Here's the problem. I love Obafemi, and obviously you love Obafemi too.
Mhm.
There are people that watch Raw that do not know who Obafemi is.
Yes,
So
that is true.
You have to introduce them to Obafemi. What better way to put him over as a monster than to put him and look at how unstoppable you make that group if you put Obafemi with him.
But at the same time, it's like it undermines everything that Obafemi did in NXT, and it's like,
I don't disagree, but yeah,
I think if you like, okay, bringing Obafemi up as someone's muscle makes sense. Bringing up as extra muscle to the Vision makes absolutely no sense.
Well, I think it does, though, because then that shows that you believe so much in that Vision that you're willing to put monsters behind the Vision. Grun, I hear what you're saying, but it kind of goes into what Aaron's saying with people don't know about Obafemi, the main fans. So you don't, it's like that NXT stuff almost doesn't exist to them.
yeah.
Here's the thing. It's almost like when they
But
brought
I
in...
hear what you're saying.
And I hear what he's saying, but it's almost like when they brought in Roxanne Perez and they're like, yo, what are we going to do? Like, we can't just coast off the fact that she's the prodigy. We have to put her somewhere. So what do they day, which protects her and keeps her in a relevant faction where people, because you got to think that if this were to happen, Obafemi would jump right into the main event scene right off rip.
Oh yeah.
Instead of having to go through the struggle of, oh, let's just bring him in. Okay, let's put jobbers against him to where he has like 3 or 4 jobber matches, and then maybe we start to figure out what we're gonna do with them next. It's kind of hard to bring in a guy like Obafemi, because it's like we're gonna start having him just win matches, and then the streak becomes a thing, and then a lot of the times having a streak's not a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a good thing. So it's like, how do we get people to care about Obafemi besides the fact that he's just a destroyer? So I could definitely see it in both ways, because the way I would book Obafemi is I would just have him come in and just start winning matches, and then boom, put him right in the IC title match and give him a reign similar to Gunther's, because I think he'd be killer IC champion, to be honest with you. But
It'd
like,
be believable too.
Exactly. But there's just so many different ways that you can do it, you know?
You know what we just found out though? Grun has a real fandom for Obafemi,
He
and
does.
I think he wants him to organically grow in the WWE to become one of the best.
For sure.
I Grun, I love you. You're one of my
Me
favorite
too,
people.
man. Me too, man. I love me some
I
Grun,
mean,
man.
now there is an off the wall pick that you could put with Rollins' group.
Who?
It you're gonna call me crazy, and that's okay. Um,
We call voice crazy all the time.
and,
You
and
can just
he
join.
and
Yeah.
he
You can just join the party.
and he may not need it, but there was something that didn't air on Raw that really got people talking. Why not throw AJ Styles into the mix?
Whoa,
Um,
whoa.
because there was a promo that he cut off air
Oh
where
yeah.
where he said that there's somebody who doesn't want him in WWE. So what better way to fight that someone than to align yourselves with probably the most powerful group in the company at the moment, where you've got Seth Rollins. He's got history with Seth. He's got history with Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
And it would be a different side of AJ Styles. So it's off the wall, but it's not crazy.
It's just like Daniel Garcia is saying here. AJ is stagnant.
Yeah.
But damn, putting him with the Vision, and I understand, like when I think about the Vision, I think about like Evolution. So when I
Oh, I
think
agree.
about that, I think of like a young up and comer or something, like how Randy Orton was back in the day.
Yeah.
But I don't hate it because it
Yeah.
gives AJ Styles something to do. He's 48. He's not wrestling past 50. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So he can do this for a year. You know what I'm saying? And then he can have his last year where it's almost like what Cena's doing. But I could see it though, because it gives him purpose. And literally, unfortunately, he's not doing anything of great importance right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I love
just
that.
a thought. Yeah, just a thought. I don't hate it at all, but let's go to this main event here. Let's go to what's going to be what's closing the show, and that's the final time these two cats are meeting. Man, it's going to be so crazy to see this one last time, and that's John Cena versus Brock Lesnar at Wrestlepalooza, Indianapolis. Final time these two facing each other. I, how's this going to go, Aaron? Who do you got?
First off, I am pumped for this.
Yeah.
I am a Brock Lesnar mark. Let's just get that out of the way. So I would find John Cena is a company guy, obviously. John
Yeah.
Cena has given a lot back on this retirement tour. I think he will continue to give back. So eat, sleep, suplex, repeat. Brock Lesnar goes over.
Ooh.
I can see a scenario where Cena goes over. I don't think you're going to, because the rumor is Lesnar has signed a new contract. He's around for a while.
Oh,
So
that makes sense. Holy shit, I didn't know that.
I don't think you're bringing Lesnar back just to lose to Cena, and I don't think John would want that either. I think he wants to build Lesnar as a big monster again, which Lesnar is. We all know it, but to reestablish it. So I don't think it'll be the squash that their SummerSlam match was in 2014. I don't think it'll be that. It'll be competitive. But I think in the end, Lesnar wins decisively.
Okay. So we got one for Lesnar here. This is going to be such a big main event, and it is pivotal to what John Cena is going to do after, and what Brock Lesnar is going to do after. Voice, who do you got, Lesnar or Cena?
Brock's back, baby. And he's going up against the most evil, vile thing to ever step into a WWE ring. A face, John Cena. Grun, he's getting destroyed. I hope he brings out the forklift. I hope he brings out a blimp. I hope he brings out an M40. Brock Lesnar's back. I can't wait. I've been waiting for this. I hope he delivers 7 F5s. I hope there's 27 suplexes. maybe the retirement stops with Brock, and you just have to take an early retirement. Sometimes that happens, Grun. Because old men getting in with old. Well, he is old too. They're both old men, but I'm just super excited to see Brock back.
Same.
I'm sorry. I'm a mark for Brock. I love Brock. I think he's entertaining. I think he's just a monster. He's built for wrestling. He is what we love about a big man in the WWE. And if I can bring up his SmackDown stuff with R-Truth, I love the fact that he bumbled through things. To me, that gives Brock Lesnar another dimension, because it's like he doesn't care. It just shows me he could give two shits about who he's talking to. He's gonna
he
get
don't
like,
care at all.
I fucking dare you to laugh at him. I dare you to laugh at that man. And that's
even
exactly what he's.
R-Truth did it. He just corrected him and then took the F5.
Yeah, exactly.
God, Brock is an anomaly, man. There's not many out there like Brock Lesnar. He's just fun, and it's just so special that he's going to be one of Cena's final opponents because of the history that those two hold together. I mean, they've wrestled so many times, so many memorable moments with those two. I just love it, but. I gotta ask Grun, man, because I know how you are about Cena. That's your guy. This is his farewell tour, and he's going up against one of his greatest opponents of all time in Brock Lesnar. You've seen it in real time as you've grown as a Cena fan. What do you think is going to happen as these two opponents go up against each other for the final time?
You know what? Here's what's going to happen. John Cena is going to unleash Super Cena. Super Cena, hold on. I will give you guys.
I'm on it.
Super Cena might not be enough. But you know what?
Okay.
What? Brock Lesnar pissed somebody off this past Friday night, and this person now has a beef with Brock Lesnar, a personal beef with Brock Lesnar. So how's he going to get that? How is he going to get his revenge? By ensuring his childhood hero defeats Brock Lesnar. R-Truth
Oh my God.
costing Brock Lesnar the match, and we get a feud of Brock Lesnar and R-Truth. Never thought I'd say that ever in a million years.
The way he said it.
And here lies R-Truth.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's a dead man.
Oh my God. But you know what though? I don't hate that because
No.
that would be so like how many if listen, there's nothing more dangerous than a pissed off Brock Lesnar.
Woo!
Nope.
There's nothing more dangerous than a pissed off Brock Lesnar. So if Ron Killings, R-Truth, comes and costs him that match, can you imagine the destruction that Brock is going to not only do at ringside when the match is over, but the destruction he's going to cause on that next SmackDown looking for fucking Ron Killings to try to kill. You can do an entire story on one SmackDown where you don't see Ron Killings, you don't see him on the show, but it's just segments of Brock Lesnar destroying shit around him looking for R-Truth. Have you seen him beating up people in backstage, throwing them around, tossing them around, killing referees?
Guy's name Ron.
Where's Ron? Oh, your name's Ron? You're gonna get it too. F5. Just like listen. Actually, damn, I'm kind of talking myself into it now. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I almost actually want R-Truth to cost Brock Lesnar the match just to see Lesnar's reaction to it post show in the SmackDown next. I'm gonna say Brock Lesnar's gonna win. That, like, if you're putting a gun in my head, I say Brock Lesnar's winning. But what I want to see is Ron Killings cost him the match, just so I can see Brock Lesnar throw a complete fit and destroy everybody for 2 episodes at the end of the match, and then on the next SmackDown. It'd just be so good.
Dude, it would be so good. And watching R-Truth having segments where he's running, he's fine. But what would be really funny is like he thinks he's going. Yeah, you know how they did those things where he was like at different places instead of being there.
Yeah,
like they do things where he's like he's at the place he's supposed to be, but he thinks he's at the wrong place. So like he's in his own little world. Not even like I don't know. I think there's so much in here. Grun, you got a good one there.
Yeah, that was a good one. I like that a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I really like that because it's like, why would you not just if Brock's under contract for a while and we know Brock is gonna have some serious opponents, like there's people speculating like Brock Lesnar and Gunther when Gunther returns. You know what I'm saying? Like that's gonna be a really big one right there. But until that time, like I want to see Brock be entertaining. I want to see him have like I actually want to see a cat and mouse chase between R-Truth and Brock Lesnar. That would entertain me. That would be hilarious. That would be funny. And it would show us Brock Lesnar in kind of a different light as well, because we know eventually Brock Lesnar is going to go back to default settings and he's going to become a destroyer. We know that. We know that. But what if he had a little side quest, a little side mission with R-Truth where it's just fun, it's funny, and he's having trouble getting his hands on R-Truth? You can drag that out for like a month or so until he finally gets his hands on him. I think it's fun.
Yep.
And it'll be the best 30-second match you've ever seen in your life.
Exactly. Like you get it. Like it's fun storytelling. It's easy. It's just and it plays right into what R-Truth does. A fun little cat and mouse story. Hell, I like this here. Like exactly.
Yeah.
Like oh my god, Nightwing disguises and stuff like that. Like he can literally do the shit he was doing with the 24/7 championship, but instead of trying to protect that championship, he's protecting himself from Brock. It writes itself. Yeah. It's money. It's money.
Yeah. Dude, it would be fun.
Imagine seeing him on an airplane 3 seats back from Brock wearing a mask. And
Brock has no idea it's him. Yeah, Brock has no clue it's him.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm looking for this motherfucker. Where is he? Oh, when I get off this plane, I'm gonna go right to the arena. I'm gonna go look for him. He's 3 seats behind you. It's so good.
It's so good.
It's so good. I love that. I love that. And I love this episode, man. This has been a real great episode. It has been fun. I mean, I just knew once we got the core here together and we add Aaron to the mix, it's always going to be a fun time anytime he comes on with us. And because of that fun time, I got to give my man, my homie, my brother here opportunity to plug anything that he wants to plug. The floor is yours, Aaron, to plug anything that you want to plug. And also, I know you have a couple of announcements, so the floor is all yours, my man.
I do. So you can follow me on Aaron Grider on Facebook, at Grider Groove on Twitter. Please also follow New Wave Pro. We are New Wave Pro on Facebook, and then at New Wave Pro on Twitter or X. I refuse to call it X, but yeah, I'll call it Twitter. Anyway, we have our next show is Talk of the Town, September 27th.
Yes.
West Terre Haute, Indiana, at the West Vigo Community Center. Bell time is 6 p.m. Nice early bell time. And the good thing about these shows, we're going to do 6, maybe 7 matches. We're going to be done in 2 to 2.5 hours. We're going to keep these shows flowing nice and easy. You're not going to be in a building for 5 hours. We're going to get you in, get you some great entertainment, get you out.
Hell yeah.
Couple of announcements. Number 1, for the rest of the evening, you can go on our social medias or you can go to the New Wave Pro website, nwptix.com. From now until the end of the evening, you can have $5 off of tickets for the gym for either our family 4-pack, which is $40 for a family 4-pack, so you can get $5 off of that. Or you get $5 off of all floor seats using the code KING. If you use the code KING, you get $5 off floor seats or the family admission packs. So $5 off of those. Use the promo code KING. Come join us at the West Vigo Community Center, September 27th. And I will go ahead and give you one more talent announcement, kind of wet the beak, so to speak.
Yeah.
Making her New Wave Pro debut October 19th for New Wave Pro. She's mostly from the Tennessee area. She's been on Ring of Honor a couple of times. She's wrestled Billy Starks a couple of times. Mackenzie Morgan will be making her New Wave Pro debut October 19th at the West Vigo Community Center. So
Ooh, okay.
we add her to our already growing female roster. Don't forget, September 27th, we've got Larkin, lovely Miss Larkin versus Rachel Armstrong.
Yes.
We've got Cecil Cerveza versus Voice's favorite wrestler, Jeremy Hadley. We've got Jimmy Carrot versus Lord Crew.
Lord Crew, my guy.
Yes, sir. We've got Dex Royal versus Jacob Braun.
Ooh.
And we've got Star Rider versus Aaron Williams.
Oh,
All
my
happening
God.
September 27th,
Oh, I get
West
to
Vigo
call
Community Center. Plus the announcement about the future of the New Wave Pro women's division.
Oh, my
yeah.
Doors open at 5. Bell time is 6 p.m. If you can't make it to West Vigo Community Center, if you're out of the U.S. or hours or states away, it will eventually air on IWTV. But if you're in the area, please join us September 27th, New Wave Pro.
Oh, go and join us and see what we're doing. New Wave Pro, Terre Haute, Indiana, talking the town. Come see everything that New Wave Pro is putting on. Aaron Greider is putting on as the booker, doing a great job out there. I'm excited for the rebirth of New Wave Pro. This is going to be super exciting, and we're going to talk about that and more as the weeks go on. But I got to give it to my guy over here. He talks all things SmackDown, does a great job for us. We truly appreciate my man. One of the few guys here, one of the 3 guys here that gives you 3 episodes a week, and like time is a super important resource. So we appreciate exactly everything that you do. And that's my man, the blue-eyed villain, Grunmeister. Where can they catch you in everything you're doing, man?
You catch me at twitch.tv/Grunmeister, YouTube, Grunmeister, Kick, Grunmeister, a multi-stream Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Talk everything WWE, everything SmackDown, pro wrestling, and if there's stuff in music or gaming that seems really interesting, I'll definitely bring that to you.
Man, we appreciate all the work that you do on Sundays, on Mondays, on Fridays. You do a great job covering SmackDown and doing everything that you do and giving your opinions, man. You're an important part of what we do. But like, as far as what we do here live and producing things, we couldn't do it without our guy, the voice, Josh Joseph, another guy who does 3 shows for us a week, and he's greatly appreciated for all he does. Voice, where can they catch you and everything that you're doing, brother?
Well, fans, outside of here on a Sunday, you can catch me and the Blue-Eyed Villain with our good friend Kevin Calloway, where we do the Monday Night Raw review preview show. It's a fun, silly goose time, and we invite you to chase us and have some silly goose times with us. We love the fact that the fans have been there every week for the show. You guys have really tuned in. You guys are really active in the chat, and we can't wait to see what tomorrow brings, because it is a special time for Raw going live. It will be 7 p.m. We might have a watch along on for that hour and just discuss Raw things. Who knows? Usually we'll have a group discussion tomorrow and see where we want to go. But tune in 7 p.m. every Monday night. Outside of that, guys, me and House, we get together on Thursdays. We get out the fancy tea. We get out all the fine chinas, and we watch ECW. We watch them fucking destroy shit. Last week, we discovered and, loved some moments of one of the best to ever do it, New Jack himself. And that was a great one. That one actually got us to sit down and really enjoy a career of one of the best to do it. Yes, did he have a lot of things associated with him? Most definitely. But he was still New Jack. He was still somebody we cared about, and that's been fun. We have so many of those wrestling highlights. We would love you to come and check out, because we are honoring some of the guys that we absolutely adored. That's every Thursday at 6 p.m. Join me and House and have some fun. Here, Sunday Howse Party. That's the last place to find me on a weekly basis. Every once in a while, I do set C's for some conspiracy talk, but in the light of some things going on lately, kind of just holding back opinions on things. So we're just, pumping the brakes on the C's, but we will be back. We'll be going back into some crazy talks about aliens, ghosts, things like that. portal buttholes. You never know what we talk about.
Man, they have fun over there, Conspiracy He's talking some crazy stuff, but we do appreciate all the crazy stuff you talk here on In Your House, man. You're a pivotal part of what we do. And like, it's like we've talked about before, man. I'm so damn excited about what In Your House has moving in motion in the next year. We're looking to get some great guests. We're closing some deals on big. I can't say too much right now. I just can't. But like we got some big things that are moving right now that we're trying to do that is going to change the trajectory of what we're doing. And I'm super excited, man, because next year we're going into year 7 of In Your House, and like we ain't fizzled out. We're still here. We're still grooving. We're hitting those numbers that we were getting back in 2021, 2022. We're back, y'all. And it's like, it's so cool and so great. Like when I get a chance to, once again, like I said, when I get a chance to go to places like Emerge and people are like, oh, I loved that interview, or I enjoy what you guys said on this episode. You know, it's fans and workers alike who enjoy what we do, whether it be listen to us talk about WWE, listen to us talk about the indies, interviewing talent. Sometimes we'll do stuff like that's true, that might be true, that's ridiculous. Sometimes we'll do a draft. We get deep in our bag here at In Your House. It's never a boring time. We're always throwing something different at you guys, and that's why we're one of the hottest podcasts in the Midwest, and I say that proudly. And it's all part of the work, and that's HOWSE. And that W stands for work. So one last thank you to my great guest, my brother, my homie, Aaron Grider, and all the things that he's going to be doing. Follow New Wave Pro. Check out what they are doing. If you're not in and around the Terre Haute, Indiana area, check it out on IWTV. We've got some great things cooking. Aaron has some great things cooking. The talent is going to deliver at New Wave Pro because of everything, the history that they have, the fire that I think everybody is going to put into this promotion. So for my great guest, Aaron Grider, for Grunmeister, for the voice, Josh Joseph, I'm Alec on the Concept House, here to remind you to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to hop on this bandwagon, get on or get gone, because the household is still going mighty strong. You guys have a great day and a great rest of your week. Peace.
Yeah. In your house with O'Con. Hey, O'Con in your house. Hollywood in your house. Hypocrisy's head in the clouds. Curating all kind of loud. Wrestling in front of the crowds. Paragon's holding it down. Anybody can get it. Josh Joseph standing on his decisions. He is the voice. There is no choice. We is them boys in your house making wrestling noise. Moving fast just like cruiserweight action. In your house is the perfect distraction. Rumpus in your ears when you in traction. Get this work with some wrestling.